Welcome to the Las Vegas Strip. We're inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena where this legendary venue is celebrating 100 nights of championship boxing. Friday. Well, it was weigh-in day, and Gervonta Tank Davis, Frank the Ghost Martin, look at them both ripped and ready for their 135-pound world title fight, which will headline tonight's PBC pay-per-view card. And after 7 years of fighting at 168, the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, making his light heavyweight debut. He's going to take on the former champion, Oleksandr Gvozdyk. Both made weight. Both promising fireworks in what should be a punching palooza co-main event on PBC pay-per-view tonight. Well, Gervonta Tank Davis back after a 14-month layoff. You know, that's the longest of his career, and he'll defend his WBA Lightweight title against the unbeaten Frank the Ghost Martin. Now, before that, you'll see David Benavidez take on the former light heavyweight champion, Oleksandr Gvozdyk. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer. Welcome to Las Vegas. You know, for the longest, this venue has long been the home of big-time boxing. And tonight, celebrating its 100th night of championship boxing with two of the sport's most popular and explosive fighters. It's been over a year since Gervonta Tank Davis stopped Elijah García in this town, longest layoff of his pro career. And tonight, the self-proclaimed new face of boxing will put his unblemished record and his WBA title on the line for the 5th time against another unbeaten, just as athletic and powerful as Tank, Frank the Ghost Martin, who will be fighting for the world title for the first time in his career. You know, these two have had history, and they'll finally get to settle things for real in the ring. But first, here on the PBC in our prelims, we got an up-and-comer, Justin Valoria, taking on Angel Contreras. This should be interesting. A lot of promise when you talk about Valoria. People love this young kid, and he'll be taking on the battle-tested Angel Contreras. So let's go ringside to our ring announcer for our Prime Video prelims. Here's Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the historic 100th Championship Fight Night as Premier Boxing Champions presents the Prime Video Prelims. It is all brought to you by GTD Promotions, Samson Boxing, TGB Promotions, and Man Down Promotions. Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, The Crown is Yours, and El Mexicano brand products, bringing authentic sabor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. Our three judges ringside are Patricia Morse-Jarman, Dave Morietti, and Steve Weisfeld. The referee in charge of the action is Robert Hoyle. And now Premier Boxing Champions presents 8 rounds in the super featherweight division. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the white with the yellow and blue trunks. He weighed in at 129 3/4 pounds with the record of 15 victories, 9 wins by knockout, opposite of 8 defeats and 2 draws. Representing Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, here is Angel Cachorro Contreras. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the white and black trunks. He weighed in at 129 3/4 pounds. His record stands a perfect 1-5 victories with 3 wins by knockout, no defeats. Representing Whittier, California, here is Justin Chosen Valoria.
Okay, we went over the expectations in the dressing room. All punches here will be good. Aquí está bien. Obey my commands and give me a good, clean fight. Do not make this about me. Touch him up, scoot back.
Mauro Ranallo along with Hall of Fame trainer Joe Goosen, former 3-division champion Abner Mares. Happy Father's Day to you guys. Hey, Justin Valoria looking to make his dad and uncle Brian Valoria, former 2-division champion, proud as he looks to go 6-0, moving up to 8 rounds for the first time. He takes on the veteran Angel Contreras, who's expected to give him a few different looks and is a part of his development. This is a 19-year-old kid in Justin Valoria who's getting an up-close look here tonight at the MGM Grand, but here to spoil his party is Angel Contreras. He's 15-8-2, doesn't have the best record, but does have 25 fights of pro experience coming in here in 111 professional rounds. So let's see how Valoria looks against an experienced battler. And the one thing that immediately strikes me about Valoria, and we saw it the last time, is the fact he is so composed and mature. For 19 years old, under the bright lights, starts very focused and starts right behind that textbook jab from the southpaw position.
Yeah, really well balanced Valoria. Beautiful stance, southpaw, really calm. He's aggressive early on, but right now he's taking his time. He knows he's got a veteran in front of him in Contreras, so he's taking his time. But again, really, really precise with his punches.
And we talked about it earlier. We said Contreras, if he chose to, he could box. But right now he's choosing to press Valoria, which is probably a smart thing to do, considering he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, Valoria's been 6-4. Oh, he just got hit with a left hook by Contreras, and Contreras sitting down on his punches, and Valoria wore it well as he comes back with a triple right hook, going to the body and upstairs, and immediately this turns into a firefight here in round 1.
Yeah, that's where Contreras wants to be. He's got the experience. He knows what it is to be in the inside, how to let those punches go. He's fought 2 undefeated fighters, the last 2. So he knows what it is to fight a young kid.
And these two bringing the heat as we usher in the summer season of the Savage and Sweet Science in Sin City. Beautiful combination by Valoria, beginning to back up Contreras. Has to be careful, though, that the veteran doesn't set a trap along the ropes.
And he has been. Contreras has been doing some nice little counter punching. He's working off of Valoria's short punches. He's coming right back with his own counters.
Beautiful left hooks by Contreras, and Valoria takes the punches, Joe, and fires back and remains cool under fire in the pocket.
Yes, he does. And, you know, in the 25 fights, Contreras only has 9 knockouts. He looks like he punches hard, but his record doesn't show that. So maybe Valoria is not feeling that power that he expected.
Under a minute remaining in the first round, and Valoria begins to settle down the pace behind the jab, but Contreras still landing a counter right hand. And Abner for Valoria again, first time scheduled to go 8. He's been 6 full rounds once. That was 2 fights ago against Angel Barrera. He's coming off a unanimous decision over 4 rounds against Eric Garcia Benitez in March of this year. Turned pro last year with 4 fights, so the development is well underway for Justin Valoria.
Definitely well under the way. I mean, again, Contreras putting the pressure, trying to dictate the pace, really. And that's what it's going to take right now. It's either Valoria who will control the pace or Contreras who will make Valoria work.
Well, Contreras was brought in to give Valoria a test to see where he is at this very early stage of his career. And for the 19-year-old Justin Valoria, man, he faced a very tough first round. He wanted a test. He's getting it from Contreras.
That's a brave move, putting a 5-0 kid in with somebody that's got 25 fights already. So, you know, it's a test for sure. And let's see how Valoria reacts to it, because Contreras is really doing good in that first round.
That was a really good round from Contreras. Again, the experience. He's been here before. He's been there against undefeated fighters, so he knew he had to press early on and show him what he's got.
I'm enjoying the mood lighting here, guys. Father's Day Eve. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. And for Justin Valoria, wanting to wish his dad, Dominic, a very happy Father's Day. It was last September in Las Vegas, where Valoria's father, Dominic, went into cardiac arrest, needed to be revived twice. an incredibly serious situation for the Villoria family. The good news is Dominic is back on his feet. He is back training his son. And of course, the genes run deep when it comes to boxing. Brian, the Hawaiian Punch Villoria, his uncle, a U.S. Olympian and two-time champion at 108 pounds and a unified two-belt champ at 112. So the family tree is robust, but here comes Villoria now, firing a volley of punches to the body of Contreras. Nice right uppercut on the inside. So Villoria looking to return fire here at the start of the second.
Well, yeah, he did not win that first round. I gave that first round to Contreras just by virtue of the pressure, his counter-punching ability, and that he was landing some really solid shots. But Villoria is going to try to turn it around this round. You can tell he's coming out. He's not going to back up.
And youth is being served. The vim and vigor of Villoria. He went to 26 of 75 in that opening round, according to CompuBox. 19 of 70 for Contreras. And for body punches, Villoria landed 15. So a really entertaining opening 3 minutes where Villoria, hey, he had to withstand some heat.
Yeah, and these are the type of fighters you want to fight, you want to face if you're Villoria, you know, to show that you are the real deal. Again, Contreras giving him everything. I like the inside punches from Villoria. When he's in the inside, there it is, the uppercut.
Uppercuts are right there for the taking, and he is, again, getting hit cleanly and taking the shots. He's not budging. He is getting hit flush, but continues to fire back.
That's because Contreras is counter-punching very well. Villoria's punching, bringing his hand back, but he's not moving his head afterwards.
Yeah, one thing that Contreras is doing good is that he's catching and shooting. Every time that Villoria throws something, he comes back right back.
Yeah.
But again, the body work from Villoria might be
and he's turning him. And Villoria turns Contreras. Oh, Contreras, some good defense, ducking, bobbing underneath those punches of Villoria, but nothing deters Villoria. He continues to come forward. And for Contreras, even though he's landed some flush shots, just 9 knockouts out of his 15 victories, he's been stopped twice in his career, but he has definitely shown up to provide the stiff test that was expected against the youngster, just 19 years of age, Justin Villoria, 5-0 with 3 knockouts.
That's a good way to control the fight right now for Villoria. You want to stay in the outside at moments, control with that jab, let Contreras get in, and when he gets in, welcome him with that left. There it is, to the body as well. Keep training him.
Well, the question is, for me, if I were in the other corner, how hard does Villoria really punch? And right now, Contreras isn't really giving him a lot of respect concerning his punching power.
Well, you know, with those experienced fighters also, Joe, is that even if they are hit hard, they want to show the young kid that you're not doing anything to me, despite knowing that the kid has power. And I believe Villoria has power. He's doing a good job right now of turning on the body work.
Beautiful body shot by Villoria going to the body. Contreras firing right back, toe-to-toe, through 2 rounds of action. And action will be the order of the night, tailor-made to your satisfaction, as coming up later on tonight, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, on PBC pay-per-view. It is a dynamite doubleheader. It is going to be Gervonta Davis defending his 135-pound title against Frank Martin in a battle of undefeated fighters. Meanwhile, the unbeaten David Benavidez, proving to be a monster as a 2-time champion at 168 pounds, moves up to light heavyweight to take on the former lineal light heavyweight champion and an Olympic medalist, Oleksandr Gvozdyk, expected to give Benavidez inhospitable welcome to 175. How about 17-0 with 17 KOs? Knockout artist Gary Antoine Russell. He takes on his most experienced opponent, the former 140-pound belt holder Alberto Puello. And then Carlos Adames kicks off the 100th championship fight night in MGM Grand with the first defense of his 160-pound title against Terrell Gaucher. So much coming your way, and so much already happening in the ring. Round 3 between the undefeated Justin Villoria and the veteran Angel Contreras.
Again, I like when Villoria starts fast like that.
Beautiful.
But you don't want to stay too long in there, because that's when you give Contreras the opportunity to let off as well.
And
done with those, you
plays punches, the selection, the variety, the angles, the movement. This kid is 19.
And again, he's pulling those moves off against the veteran.
That's exactly what impressed him more, is that Contreras has given him an incredible look here tonight.
Exactly. Now, to be fair, I thought Villoria won that last round, but at the very end, he got cracked with a good right hand, left hook. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Villoria's been taking some shots, but again, Contreras does not have that power to make him feel any type of way. So Viloria definitely feeling comfortable in there with those beautiful uppercuts inside
and those
jab.
combinations, Viloria, the right hook, right uppercut, very reminiscent of many great fighters in the sport, Tyson Canelo Alvarez. So he's definitely done his homework and again continues to come forward. Both of them throwing punches in bunches. In fact, in the last round, Viloria was 36 of 89, Contreras 27 of 80.
Yeah, pretty even there between the both of them. And Viloria just seconds ago threw like a 5-6 punch combination. It was a really nice double hook. Put his left hand in to finish it at the end of the combo. So he's very well skilled and very fast with his hands.
Channeling his inner David Benavidez, who is the king of combinations, throws more 4 and 5+ combinations than any fighter in the sport. He'll be taking on Oleksandr Gvozdyk in our co-feature as he and Gervonta Davis team up to deliver a potent 1-2 combo. And as we look at the total punches thrown through 3 rounds, our friends at CompuBox could be developing carpal tunnel syndrome before the end of the show.
They're letting loose. It's an 8-round fight, and they're acting like it's a 4-round fight because they're really throwing caution to the wind here, and they're letting everything go. And it's really an exciting fight between a young kid and a veteran. And let's see who's going to come out on top.
But again, I think that Viloria, he's got the great opportunity when he goes in the inside, work, beautiful combinations, then turn. Do not let Contreras get off. I know easier said than done. Contreras, a lot of experience, but again, you're right there. You want to keep churning the guy.
Viloria using angles and footwork and good head movement too when necessary, although he's been hit twice. There's a beautiful lead left hand, really laid into it, and Contreras taking the shot well. We've told you that Contreras has been stopped twice. The last time was when he retired after the 4th round against Aaron Alameda in 2021. We are in the home stretch of what has been a terrific 3 rounds of action here at MGM Grand Garden Arena.
You can't stay there with them because remember I told you he's gaining points as much as you. Okay. You stay there, he counters and you're getting hit because your hands are down. Stop showing like that. Give me that mouthpiece. Damn it.
Hey, move your head after your combination.
Okay. Yeah, dude. He's scoring on you after. We can't have that.
Stay safe after.
All right? Okay. Hey. Use your style, dude. When I tell you in the hole and out, you got to do what I say. Okay. Because when you stay there, you're taking shots and he's gaining points on you.
Here we go. Let's just start off. Here's that right hook that we were talking about earlier from Viloria.
Look how he got out, exactly what the corner told him.
Well, he did. He started picking that up last round as opposed to the rounds previous. He was staying in the pocket. That's what we talked about. He was getting hit by the counters, and he did a better job of using angles like
round
we just saw there.
And that's why there's been a lot of high volume because, again, Viloria is letting Contreras get off. No, stay in the outside, work your fight, fight in your own pace.
Viloria, standout amateur fighter. By the time he turned 13, he was already one of the top amateurs in the country. Kind of thought about making a run for the 2024 Olympics, which begin next month in Paris, France, but politics got in the way. He turned pro, and so far, he's a pro that we are watching grow in front of our very eyes and definitely getting tested, as was the real modus operandi here tonight. Bringing in a guy like Angel Contreras, again, his 26th pro fight, so much experience, and yet Viloria is reacting well to it thus far.
I like what you said there. Grow before our eyes. Exactly. I like the adjustments that Viloria is making right now. He's not fighting toe-to-toe anymore against Contreras. There it is. Hook,
good.
Turn him, 1-2 escape, and then make it easier for yourself.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
He stepped, Justin Viloria, he stepped back a couple times and countered with that left hand off the missed right hand from Contreras. So, yeah, it's a much smarter round for him.
And there, Viloria going to the body as well, but getting hit upstairs with the right hand, staying in the pocket, and his corner wanted him to escape. Get him with the combination, and turn and move. Like Valoria sitting down on his shot.
Sometimes a fighter will listen to the corner for a minute, and then they're going to go back to doing what they feel.
As a fighter, sometimes you feel comfortable in the inside, and I think Valoria does, but you give Contreras the opportunity to land shots.
Valoria telling us that, yeah, it is a huge step up for him in terms of the experience, but also a huge opportunity to display what Valoria says he already knows, that he is ready for the stage. And there's a body shot, delayed reaction. Contreras takes a knee.
It was a double right hook.
6,
Body to head.
8.
And the double hook sends Contreras to the mat, beautifully executed, and the first knockdown of the fight takes place here in the fourth.
And now we know why you felt so comfortable in there. Maybe something we didn't see. Maybe it was a body shot and he heard something from Contreras. You know, you've been in there like, it hurt.
Stop.
So he's going for the kill.
Final minute of the fourth round. First scheduled 8-round fight of Justin Valoria's embryonic boxing career, and he tasted some adversity in the opening round in what was a firefight, then continues to showcase his wares and ends up getting a knockdown for his efforts here in the fourth frame.
Yeah,
beautiful double hook again.
Yeah, that's he's used that most of the fight, and now it's starting to pay off for him.
And now he's walking through the punches of Contreras.
And he's got Contreras on the run right now.
He's breaking him down. Yeah. That's what he's doing.
Valoria breaking Contreras down like compost as we go to the fifth.
Stop. Time.
All right, so here we go. We're going to probably see that knockdown. There's the body and hook right there.
It was the body shot.
It was a delayed reaction.
The De La Hoya reaction against Hopkins and the Ryan Garcia.
It took him a second, but he went down from it. And
Sorry, Joe, didn't mean to remind you of that.
I think that's what he got.
Yeah, you can see the face expression from Contreras right there.
Yeah.
Late reaction, he felt it. There it is, the hook. It didn't land, but the body shot, of course, 2 steps. I'm taking a knee. Experienced fighter.
Yeah. Okay.
So many body snatchers on this card.
This is round number 5 coming up. Round 5.
Davis. Frank Martin likes to go to the body as well. What a compelling main event it's going to be. The number 2 ranked
round five.
the champ, Gervonta Davis, number 5 ranked. Frank Martin, unbeaten. By far, Martin representing the most athletically gifted and skilled opponent of Gervonta Davis's career. Both still in their athletic prime, both 29. So cannot wait. The return of Gervonta Tank Davis as Valoria detonates another right uppercut on Contreras, who responds with a counter combination.
See, little things like that Valoria needs to work on. When he lets his hands go, hey, you got to bring him back as well. He's been getting hit here and there by Contreras, but again, the pressure is there. He senses that Contreras is already tired. He's breaking him down, so, you know, the younger guy putting the pressure.
Valoria doing very well at mid-range, using the length as well, and then coming inside and going to the body where, of course, Joe, you love to train those fighters on the inside, brother.
Well, you know, you got to have the inside game if you want to make it in this game, because eventually somebody's going to make you fight on the inside whether you like it or not. So you better learn
the right hook to the body, left hand upstairs by Valoria. A thudding combination to Contreras along the ropes.
Yeah, he wants a knockout. Valoria wants a knockout here. He's going for the knockout. He's not, he tried boxing for a minute, counter punching, like we talked about 2 rounds ago. He said, forget that. I'm going after him. I'm going for the knockout.
Yeah, definitely sitting down on those
beautiful body shots, digging to the body with his right hand.
Now you got to remember, the liver's on the other side of the left hand. Most southpaws go for that liver shot, like Tank did, of course, with Ryan. And it sits
and
on.
another
There it is.
shot to the body, the second knockdown.
4, 5.
Well, I don't know. It looks like
6,
he doesn't want to get up.
7, 8, 9.
Okay.
You good? Yeah. You got to show me something, okay? All right. Let's go.
So the referee, Robert Oil, instructing Contreras that he has to show him something. He's been down twice, and Valoria continues to feast on the body, and he just fired off a sweet inside right uppercut. Valoria using Contreras as target practice now.
A lot of time left for Valoria.
And there again, the third is over. A plethora of body shots. Justin Valoria dropping Contreras like confetti, and the celebration begins for this 19-year-old kid who improves to 6-0 with his 4th knockout And needless to say, this litmus test he passed with flying colors.
And got the knockout.
And not only did he get the knockout, the way he just changed his game plan, the adjustments that he made in there, the listening to his corner. I mean, a mature young kid, 19 years old. Viloria, congratulations to him, his father. And, you know, great things coming for Viloria.
And here's a kid, the youngest of 4, started boxing at 8. You talk about resilience, you talk about perseverance, you talk about mental fortitude. As a child, he lost his first 10 amateur fights.
Wow.
Cried after each one, but did not give up. Showed the guts, showed the determination, and here's the kid now who, as a pro, is 6-0 with 4 KOs.
Amazing.
Yes. Oh, thank you, man.
All right, here are the body shots. Abner, of course.
Yeah,
he just started.
First body shot. Again, he knew that he was hurting Contreras with that body shot. Well placed.
Oh, beautifully placed, man.
And like you said, a fighter knows when they get in close like you did, when you can hear the little grunts and groans, you know when you start hurting a guy.
Yeah, especially after you knock down someone with a body shot, what do you want to do? You want to finish him where? To the body. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Again, the face expression from Contreras says it all. It hurt. And that was it for Viloria.
He really showed a lot of guts, Contreras, getting up from that knockout before, because that was a showstopper right there.
But look how he set it up. The uppercut, touch, and then
touch
hard. Touch and go.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Again, 19 years old. 19 years old. He's growing.
You know, he makes a big splash here tonight on the PBC prelims with body shots. He could have made a bigger splash in his pro debut, landing a body shot just 1 minute, 12 seconds into his scheduled 4-rounder against Serdarius Smith. That was back in April of last year. So he begins his career with a body shot knockout, and now he really begins the next chapter of his career with a body shot KO. And one of the young fighters here in the PBC were they're very high on, guys like Kermel Moten, and of course, coming up later on, we're going to see Elijah García versus Kyrone Davis. Elijah García, 21-year-old with a lot of potential. So let's make it official.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Robert Hoyle called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes and 2 seconds of round number 5. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Justin "Chosen" Viloria.
We are going to hear from Justin Viloria as we go inside the ring and say hello to Jordan Plant.
Thank you so much, Mauro. Congratulations, Justin. That was an amazing performance. And you're only 19 years old. What do you think about what you did out there today?
You know, it's just something I want to show everyone watching me what I'm capable of doing. You know, I've been capable of this for years. So now that I finally have the platform to do it, you know, it's been such a blessing. And I want to thank God and Al Heyman for, you know, blessing me with this opportunity to show you guys what I can do.
Now, I got a feeling you fight southpaw, but you may be right-handed because you were just digging to the body with that right, then coming up top. You were doing it all night, and that's what eventually stopped the fight. Are you right-handed?
I'm actually left-handed. For some reason, it's just stronger, so.
And is that one of your favorite combinations, and was that part of the game plan to dig to the body?
Yeah, of course. I've been a body snatcher since I was 8 years old, so it's just something I've always been doing. It's in the blood.
And, you know, you're only 19 years old. You're fighting at 130 pounds. Do you see yourself being at this weight class for a while?
For right now, yes, of course. You know, there's a lot of business I want to handle at 130, and eventually we make my way up, you know, as time goes on. So just be patient and moving forward as opportunities come.
And were you a little surprised with how tough your opponent was? He did come in there. He was taking a lot of hard punches from you the first few rounds before he even went down.
I wasn't surprised at all. I knew what kind of opponent I had coming into this fight. You know, he's fought a lot of big names, and they didn't stop him. So, you know, I was fully prepared to go to war with this guy.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations on an excellent win. Mauro, back to you.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much. Young up-and-comer Justin Viloria against his most experienced opponent. It was all about precision. It was all about placement. It was all about power. It was all about the body shots, and the third time was indeed the harm. Justin Viloria improves to 6-0 with 4 KOs on the PBC prelims. Justin Viloria was just incredible. Let's go to Brian Custer.
Yeah, he says he's been a body snatcher since he was 8. How about that? From the fight capital of the world, inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena, where this venue is celebrating its 109th of championship boxing. Now, before Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin throw blows tonight on the PBC pay-per-view main event, these two had a verbal berating sparring session at the final press conference on Thursday.
At the MGM Grand Garden Arena, this PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video.
You've been working. You know what you've been working your ass off. Let me tell you why. You been working your ass off. We ain't really got to see too much of you. You've been grinding. Because you know what time it is. Because you know what time it is. That's why you've been working your ass off.
I work hard every time though.
Okay.
Stupid.
Okay.
Well, as you just heard and saw, Davis and Martin, they've got some real issues with one another. In fact, 4 years ago, these two had a very heated and intense sparring session that happened right here in Vegas at the Mayweather gym. So intense, the two had to be separated by Floyd himself. Now, who got the best of whom? Well, that depends on who you ask.
It's time. It's time. And I'm going to take it out on him.
What kind of fight do you expect him to bring to you?
A brick hand, his back shot,
You better
brick
not
hand.
miss. Well, I got more than just a brick hand, dumbass. Full arsenal.
Me and Frank, we got history. When I was in Floyd gym, I used to spar like everybody. So he's seen like me put people out. He's seen me beat the hell out of people. So when we spar, me being me, I rushed him because I knew he was scared, and I wound up getting caught with his best punch is his left hand. And once he caught me with the left hand, that's when I got mad. I caught him, and then he started grabbing me after that, and then I jumped on him, and then it turned to like something like a wrestling match, like, because he kept grabbing me and stuff like that. It's good that we fighting now, though. We can get it off our chest. And I want to prove to the niggas back home.
They know what you
in
don't
Detroit.
know. They know what you don't know.
You from the suburbs.
They know what you don't know.
You a trash.
Tank's a pay-per-view star, one of the best guys in the world, but there was some things that he said that was all cap. You know, it was some things he was just saying just to say.
You know what happened. You know what happened. You know what happened.
Yeah.
Can everybody
Please show me. Please show it to me. When I sparred him, a lot of people was there at the gym. You get in there, he want to play. Boom. Hit him with, what he say, the brick hand? Hit him with the brick hand. Boom, he felt it. He ain't calling it the brick hand for no reason. They kept having to come in and break us up. He kept trying to put me in the headlock, and it was just, we was trying to hurt each other.
Too bad people can't see, but that was amazing sparring just now with you and Gervonta Davis. I feel like I owe you and Tank $100. That shit was so good that, yeah, that's kind of what people pay for.
Yeah, it was work. It was work. I mean, I knew it was a possibility that we would eventually probably fight. I just didn't know how real it would be. I didn't think that he would fight me. Talking shit don't win fights. You can sound great, you talking crazy, people like, ooh, I like that. But when you get in there and you fight, that's where you do all the talking.
Listen, Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin, both undefeated. And the thing is, they haven't faced really any cupcakes. I mean, Tank's last 5 opponents, an astounding 101, 1-1. 4 of those men being undefeated before Tank gave him an L. Frank Martin's opposition has been pretty stellar as well, with a 92% win rate and 2 undefeated opponents among the last 5 he's faced. Of course, these two have faced each other later tonight on PBC pay-per-view. Time now for our next fight. You got a former world champion, Mark Magsayo. He's now campaigning at 130 and looking to become a world title holder again. But first, he's got to get past that Mexican southpaw, Eduardo Ramirez. Back to ringside. Here's Moro.
All right, BC, thank you very much. Yes, this fight is scheduled for 10 rounds at 130 pounds, where Magsayo, fighting for the second time in this weight class after capturing a title at 126. Eduardo Ramirez, well, this is his second straight fight since returning to 130 after getting blasted by Isa Cruz at 135. It'll be up to Ramirez to try to use that wingspan, his reach, to try to keep the pressure-fighting Magsayo at bay. And so when we look at Mark Magsayo, Abner, a guy who has worked with his hero Manny Pacquiao, a guy who escaped poverty in the Philippines to become a champion. He landed 41% of his power shots against Gary Russell Jr. when he upset him for the 126-pound title. Previous 8 opponents landed only 29%. Yes, Russell was injured, but it still is a testament to what Mark Magsayo brings when he is at his best.
Yeah, look, I mean, Magsayo is a very exciting fighter, and he puts a lot of pressure on you. He's got a great right hand. He's a solid puncher all the way around. I like the way he fights. Now, of course, his fight with Figueroa was a tough one. He had 2 points taken away from him from holding him. But other than that, he was in that fight all the way.
Yeah, he dropped Ray Vargas in the 9th and still lost the title, though, via decision. Then dropped a fight to Brandon Figueroa via former 122 champion. But he feels very comfortable here at 130, and the speed and power should stay with him in this weight class.
Continue the action here at MGM Grand Garden Arena. Once again, it is all brought to you by GTD Promotions, Samson Boxing, TGB Promotions, and Man Down Promotions. Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. And El Mexicano brand products, bringing authentic sabor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. Our 3 judges ringside are Glenn Feldman, Lisa Giampa, and Don Trella. The referee in charge of the action is Thomas Taylor. And now Premier Boxing Champions presents 10 rounds in the super featherweight division. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the black, red, and green trunks. He weighed in at 129 pounds. With a record of 28 victories, 13 by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats and 3 draws. Representing Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, here is the tough Eduardo Zurdito Ramirez. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the black and gold trunks. He weighed in at 129.5 pounds. With the record of 25 victories, 17 by knockout, opposite of just 2 defeats. Fighting out of Valencia, California by way of Tagbilaran City, Bohol, Philippines. He is the former WBC Featherweight World Champion. Here is Mark Magnifico Magsayo.
Boxer Chief second. Boxer Chief second. Right here, gentlemen. Good job. Okay, gentlemen. Belt lines on both sides are good, so you're getting full belt line, all right? You got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Referee Thomas Taylor set to preside over this scheduled 10-round affair at 130
Austin,
pounds between Mark Magsayo and Eduardo Ramirez. Both of them finding their way here at 130 pounds. We talk about Magsayo's background as a champ at 126. We talk about Ramirez's experience. He has vied for titles on 2 occasions, but lost to Lee Selby when he did not make weight. And so for Mark Magsayo, the jab will be key, and he immediately tries to establish it. But for the southpaw Ramirez, he also likes to work behind the jab. So it'll be interesting to see how the opening round plays out tactically.
Yeah, Ramirez's body language is different compared to his fight against Isaac Cruz, where he gave up a lot of ground. Here, he's holding his ground here, and he's actually pressuring Magsayo a little bit. So his stance and his body language looks different than the Isaac Cruz fight.
Yeah, different styles, obviously. Magsayo not as a pressure fighter like Pitbull Cruz. He takes his time, cool, calm, collective, speaking of Magsayo, but when he needs to be explosive, that he is.
Good counter left hand by Ramirez, landed upstairs on Magsayo. 1 minute has elapsed here in the opening round, scheduled for 10. And again, Magsayo reaching, missing with the sweeping right hook. Needs to use the jab to find the range.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't want to give Ramirez is space.
Give him that counter punching
space,
opportunity.
Enough to counter you. Again, Magsayo missing with that left, and Ramirez didn't take the opportunity. He could have.
Ramirez goes to the body with a straight left. Very cautious start here in this 130-pound fight.
Yeah, it was the left hook from Cruz that really was the punch that was hurting Ramirez in that fight that they had.
Yeah, it ended with a hook to the jaw.
Yeah. So he dropped him the first time with a hook, and then it was a left hook right hand to finish him. And so he is vulnerable for that. Let's see if Magsayo can sneak that hook in there.
And that's how Ramirez bounced back, was with a victory over Sebastian Diaz-Maldonado in the 6th round. That was last August.
Again, first
and ended up taking a knee in that fight. So he's, again, Ramirez is an experienced fighter with 28 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, 1 no contest. Hoping to you know, continue his career, and a win over Mark Magsayo would be an upset and make him a player here at 130 pounds. That Abner, you look at the champions: Emmanuel Navarrete, Andre Kakase, Lamont Roach, Shaki Foster.
Yeah, beautiful weight class, and I mean Magsayo is no stranger to big names. I mean, we mentioned the Ray Vargas, the Brandon Figueroa,
Gary Russell.
I mean, he knows what it is to be against an elite fighter. Against Ramirez, no pushover, yes, but he's giving him too much respect. He's giving him too much time to think. So I think Magsayo should jump on him and take control of this fight.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
Just 6 punches landed for each. They've thrown about a similar amount.
Oh, what am I doing? Damn it. You know, Zach. Too big? Sorry, Lisa. Okay. Damn it. I went to pick up the scorecards.
Kailangan busy tayo sa hata, jab to the body, to head, tapos biglang tabang. Okay? Mas straight mo sa lawas.
Mark, number 2. All the way back, all the way back. Mark, all the way back, all the way back. All the way back. Let's go.
Nice, that's how you want to start if you're Magsayo. Fast with that jab, get in the inside, let those combinations go. Don't give Ramirez time to counter or to even get comfortable.
Cautious start to the fight. We saw Magsayo go 7 for 35 with 2 body shots in the opening round, while Ramirez landed just 6 of 32 punches and 1 body shot. So we are hoping to see an uptick in the offense, especially in this weight class. And we've seen it before from both fighters, Joe. They can definitely accelerate, and yet we also know what's at stake here at the PBC prelims, the worldwide audience, and knowing that they both have tasted defeat and knowing how important it is to continue to build your record.
Absolutely. Hey, look, if I hadn't seen Ramirez fight Isaac Cruz, I'd probably think a little bit differently of him. But, you know, the last impression of him was him just getting railroaded by Isaac Cruz. But in reality, he's a great fighter. He's got a great record, and he's got some really big wins.
Chopping counter left hand to the top of the head there by Magsayo.
And you know what the last expression I got from Magsayo was the KO knockout that he got in the last fight. 3rd round against Isaac Abular.
Yeah, there's a common opponent between those two.
There is. They both beat him. Both the 3rd round were knockout. But again, going back to that, I think what he did right in that fight, Magsayo turned and waited for the right time and landed that right hand. I think that's what he needs to do in this fight against Ramirez.
I didn't know you were a Birds fan. Turn. You're too young to even remember that. Under a minute and a half left here in the second. Just a classic song, no big deal. Right hand by Magsayo. Jab by the Filipino fighter who, again, just staying in the front there, trying to navigate there, unloads but misses, and has been unable to really gauge the distance effectively.
Well, because Ramirez is a very clever guy in there. He's, you know,
he just hit a nice left.
If you're going to throw it from the floor and from a distance, he's going to see it coming. You've got to be slicker to land punches against
But if
Ramirez.
you know Ramirez is going to take that step back, you continue to with that third, fourth punch, or possibly move to the side and throw a punch from that angle.
Nice.
Don't take a step back.
Nice double left hook by Magsayo moments ago.
It was. It was a sneaky little hook, and he didn't telegraph it.
No, and there's Ramirez using the jab as a range finder, and Magsayo trying to chop down again, missing, and backing up, resetting with 20 seconds left in the second. Ramirez trying to split Magsayo's high guard with the straight left. Nice counter right from Magsayo.
Watch your feet, guys.
Uses the angle.
With an awkward left hand at the end.
And another left. Nice body shot at the bell there by Magsayo.
Dame la toalla. No hay que regalar round zurdo, eh.
Here's a replay from Mark Magsayo when he landed his combinations there. He missed one, he missed two, but he continued to go forward and he landed that third punch. That's exactly what I want to see from Magsayo. Keep going forward. Yes, you're going to miss the first punch, second, but you want to continue to throw that third punch. And there it is. He landed it perfect with that jab. And even worked your way inside with the double, triple jab inside. It's a good job right there from Magsayo.
And that's what won Magsayo the round, to tell you the truth, is, you know, he's the only one really landing something right now.
Number 3.
Ramirez trained by Manuel Montiel.
3. Right there.
Brother of former multi-division champion Fernando Montiel. And Ramirez telling us that really the one thing they worked on most in preparing for this fight is to be precise with his punches. Needs to work on the precision, the accuracy. Nice ducking under that left hook from Magsayo, coming forward, but punching on the guard, the high guard of Magsayo.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get slicker to land punches against Ramirez. Those long shots.
There's a beautiful lead right hook and a right uppercut by Magsayo, and that drops Ramirez.
And he's hurt.
5, 6.
The fourth time in his career that Ramirez goes down, and here in round 3, Magsayo already to break the defense of the veteran Ramirez. And now Magsayo sitting down on his punches, coming forward. Double left hook to the head.
Yeah, Ramirez definitely stunned. That right hand from Magsayo was just perfect on the chin. Ramirez went down, and here we see Magsayo looking for the knockout and the stoppage.
Ramirez looking to his corner as if to say, well, what do I do? He does not seem to be comfortable by any stretch of the imagination, trying to clean out the cobwebs after going down.
See, it's those follow-up punches. Once Magsayo jumps in, he may miss the first one. It's the second and third one he's landing.
Yeah, he is exactly what we're talking about, Joe. But again,
allowing him to reset.
Exactly. I don't know why Magsayo is not jumping on him. He's hurt.
Double right uppercuts by Magsayo. Body shot by Magsayo. Now he's opening up on Ramirez, but Ramirez throwing punches, missing wildly.
Oh no, he's letting him breathe. He's letting them get away from him.
He's letting them off the hook, is what you're saying, right? Yeah, exactly.
Really, really bad right now.
Stop. Let me just.
Well, there's
clash of heads.
Accidental headbutt.
Accidental headbutt by referee, called by referee Thomas Taylor. But it's been all Mark Magsayo here in the third round as we approach the final minute. But as Abner has mentioned, he scored the knockdown, but he appears to have taken the foot off the gas. Nair continues to land a right uppercut. And now clinching.
Stop.
Yeah, I mean, he started with single shots. He's finishing with single shots, Magsayo. Yes, he knocked him down with a single right hand. But again, if you got him hurt already, you go in there, you work your body, you work your volume punching, and you connect those shots.
I have a feeling when he goes back to the corner, they're going to tell him next time you hurt him, You got to stay on him and finish him.
If not, that would not be a good corner.
High guard by Magsayo. Eyeing the situation. The jab from Ramirez follows up with the left, but just out of reach. And Magsayo using his feet, backing up, but again, scored the knockout now on the defensive.
Not only that, giving up ground and just got hit with a little left hand. He let Ramirez back in the fight for sure.
Time right there. How are we doing, guys? Good.
There we go. There's that lead right hand. He got countered with the hook and then threw the right uppercut. Now jumped in again. And there it was, see? So he did a follow-up.
It was the uppercut that kind of stunned Ramirez, and then the follow-up right hand.
That's right. But it took him 4 or 5 punches to really penetrate. There's 2. There's the one that landed, but he got countered himself. And then, boom, right on top of the head. That right hand hurt Ramirez and put him down. But it was only because of the great effort by Magsayo putting pressure on.
Sleep, gotta get in, go in on him. He doesn't like the pressure. Pressure him. Attack him to the body. To the body, then bring him up.
Trainer Manuel Montiel saw what we saw, wants Ramirez to put on the pressure, but Ramirez has been down once in this fight. 4th time of his career, was knocked down twice in round 2 of the loss to Isaac Cruz 2 fights ago, and then was knocked down for the first time in his career in round 1 against Guillermo Osvaldo Salopi in May of 2017.
See. All right, we got an accidental headbutt, no cut. Gentlemen, watch those heads, all right? So good, it's good. Go.
And he rallied to beat Salopi via unanimous decision then. So Ramirez's chin has been checked, and so have their heads. They've been warned now by referee Thomas Taylor. And again, watch the holding and the accidental clash of heads.
Well, watch what Ramirez is doing. He's coming in with his head and his hands up, and they bumped heads at southpaw right-handers. That's the problem with that. And not only that, they were banging each other to the back of the head when they were in the clinch. So it's getting a little nasty.
A little chippy.
But again, Ramirez doing the right thing. The corner told him exactly what to do, which is pressure. Hey, this guy didn't want to finish you. This guy's not throwing it up. You go in there and throw punches. And Ramirez did just so.
Beautiful volley of punches by Mark Magsayo. The combination coming forward, battering Ramirez, resetting. There's the jab from Magsayo, but doesn't follow it up. And Ramirez reaching, unable to land those shots against Magsayo.
Yeah,
Ramirez. Good straight left, counter left by Ramirez upstairs.
Yeah, he's trying. Definitely is trying. He's doing the pressure. But again, Magsayo should be smart enough to counter those shots. Be ready for Ramirez to throw the single 1-2.
Yeah, Ramirez isn't making the counter openings very easily. He's throwing his punches and he's ducking, he's turning. He's using his defensive skills like that, backing out quickly after he finishes. He's not making it easy for Magsayo to counter.
But Magsayo's not making it easy for himself.
No.
By not using the jab. I don't think he's working his way in the inside smart.
Yeah, I don't really think Magsayo should be taking a step backwards, to tell you the truth. He was successful by putting the pressure on, and I think he should continue to do it.
He continues to probe instead. Ramirez continues to shoot out the jab, pot-shotting, just really trying to keep Magsayo from closing the distance. Magsayo with a huge edge in terms of total punches landed, but
that was beautiful. Double jab, right hand from Magsayo.
That's it. And moving forward, though.
That's how you do it. I mean, Ramirez is going to take that 2 steps back. Double jab, that's 2 steps. Throw the right hand. He's in range.
Lead right hand by Magsayo again. Leads with the right. Diving in, though, leaving himself susceptible to a counter.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
As we have completed 4 of a scheduled 10 rounds at 1:30. Still to come, we saw Justin Valoria light things up. A highly touted prospect, well, so is Elijah García. He is back at the age of 21, was scheduled to face Kyrone Davis earlier this year. Suffered bronchitis fight week, but he's back. He's also a part of a boxing family. His grandfather, his father, and undefeated, and really looking to be a big player in a division that, well, is ripe for the taking, the middleweight division. Of course, Carlos Adames defends the title against Terrell Gausha to kick off the pay-per-view. Kyrone Davis working with Stephen Breadman Edwards, whose mailbags are a must-read both on the PBC website and at BoxingScene.com. But Kyrone Davis, who of course went way up and faced Benavidez on 2 weeks' notice to show his guts, he wants to be the one to derail the Elijah Garcia hype train. It's a real intriguing matchup, and it will cap off the prelims for the PBC on Prime.
And he's got a smart guy in his corner with Stephen Edwards. I really respect Stephen as a trainer. He's very good.
Fifth round begins here between Mark Magsayo and Eduardo Ramirez.
Get back. Go.
Yeah, he's complaining, saying that was behind. That was a good shot, though. Good body shot from Magsayo.
A little less conversation, a little more action, as the king used to say, probably in this very city as well. And Thomas Taylor probably busier than he'd like to be in this fight.
Well, that one landed on the hip, and he did it. Magsayo went right back to the hip with the left hook, 2 in a row, even after being warned. So.
Oh, he noticed they heard Ramirez, so he said, hey, I'm going to take my chances.
There's a vicious left hook. Magsayo ripped it to the body.
He's got to finish those hooks with a right hand or a right uppercut.
Yes, single shot. There's the combo now, and Magsayo opening up, but off balance.
Yeah, he slipped there, but yeah, he went off balance. But beautiful work there from Magsayo. He threw a 3-punch combination.
Using the jab and turning Ramirez. Nice short uppercut on the inside by Magsayo.
The arm, go. Let it go, Mark.
Counter. There's the uppercuts again. Magsayo working the uppercuts from the left and right side.
Yeah, he must have landed 4 uppercuts, 2 right and 2 left uppercuts on the inside right there, Magsayo. And Ramirez said, come on, let's do some more. He wants to fight on the inside. He's the one pressing the fight right now.
And the power punch advantage belongs to the former 126-pound champion Mark Magsayo in his second fight here at 130 pounds, where he has designs on becoming a 2-division titleist. There's the check left hook from Magsayo.
Yeah, I like when Magsayo gets that little bounce going. That means he's getting ready to shoot, but he's being hesitant right now. He's not letting off much.
And we talk about power punches. Ramirez, not a lot behind his shots following the knockdown, and not able to really gauge the distance like Magsayo there, Abner, as he landed another left hook to the liver.
Yeah, he noticed that liver shot is doing some damage, but it's single shots again from Magsayo. You want to continue to throw more than just one and stay in the inside. Keep pressuring Ramirez. There it is. He landed 1-2. He took a step back.
There goes the uppercuts, the right hand. That was nice. That whole segment of him backing up and countering and going forward.
Letting Ramirez get off first. Magsayo.
Magsayo, who is orthodox, facing the lefty Ramirez, who is a natural right-hander. Final 10 seconds of the first half of this bout, scheduled for 10 rounds at 130 pounds. Magsayo missed the left hook, but then caught him now.
No, he knocked the mouthpiece out with the left hook.
He missed the one and then scored one.
Yes.
Mouthpiece is over there, gentlemen.
Mouthpiece goes flying. Does it come with?
Let him know. He's got to stop turning into it, all right? Oh, good.
Here comes the mouthpiece.
But you see how he's
Yeah,
turning
he
into
missed
it?
the hook, and then boom, that's when
that
he
was
knocked
it.
it out.
There's the left hook, and there it goes flying.
That's a la Manny Pacquiao, his promoter.
Yeah, that was an awkward, very kind of clever left hook he threw right there over the right hand.
Con más golpes como de pelea, güey. O sea, das chispazos nada más, güey. Necesitas mantenerte ganador.
Let's take a look right here. They're almost bumping heads, and then Magsayo just digs that hook and then right back up to the head there. Threw that body shot without looking. Sometimes you don't want to give it away. You just drop it in there.
Second half of this 130-pound fight begins. with Magsayo against Eduardo Ramirez. Magsayo was 4-1 with one knockout against known southpaws.
Yeah, and he's starting to put the heat. He
Yes.
said he liked, in the fighter meeting, he said he likes fighting southpaws, Magsayo, which is unusual. Yeah, I kind of got a sweet.
Uppercut there by Magsayo to Ramirez.
Abner, do you agree with that?
I think you got that right, Joe. Assume so far. There's been a round or two where Ramirez gotten close to perhaps stealing the round, but no, not enough. Magsayo, again, working a little bit more in this round, and that's what he needs to do. Like you mentioned, Joe, get off first, be aggressive, and especially if Ramirez is not doing much.
I'm glad you agreed there.
Had you worried there? There's that jab from Magsayo. I want to see that jab a lot more. Size him up. There you go. Get the right distance.
Uppercut by Ramirez, but countered by Magsayo's jab. There's Ramirez coming forward, but just briefly. And then a thudding left hook to the body by Magsayo, who immediately turns.
Yeah, he's really digging that left hook to the body. And look, that can pay off and does pay off normally.
He's making those investments, hoping to pay dividends, and has already done so with a knockdown.
I'm a little surprised Magsayo is not following up on that great left hook with the mouthpiece been flying and puts a little bit more pressure on. Would you be...
He's not setting up a lot of punches, again, Magsayo. The body shot obviously is working for him when he gets in the inside, but again, not letting the other punches go or setting up after the body shot, the right hook that perhaps can land and will land.
Magsayo has designs on, again, becoming a champion. Referee Thomas Taylor warning him for rabid punching. Kind of performance that would open the eyes of others at 130. There's a body shot again, continue out, and Ramirez says it was the hip.
Well, that one looked clean. It looked like it went around the elbow. I don't know what he was complaining about there.
And
maybe
that was Ramirez turning also.
Exactly.
And Magsayo with a big edge in body shots landed. And he's just landed his 100th total punch in this prize fight as we close out the sixth. Stands up. Magsayo bouncing on his feet, but not a lot of offense. Single shots and missing with the Coming up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, PBC pay-per-view, a dynamic Dad's Day Eve double-header as we bring you 4 fantastic fights. The return of Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the sport's biggest box office attractions, and pound for pound, one of its heaviest hitters. He defends his title against fellow unbeaten Frank Martin. David Benavidez, former 2-time 168-pound champ, makes his light heavyweight debut against former linear light heavyweight champion, Olympic bronze medalist Oleksandr Gvozdyk. Knockout machine Gary Antoine Russell, 17-0 with 17 KOs, faces former 140-pound belt holder Alberto Puello, and we'll kick it off with a middleweight title fight. Newly minted champ Carlos Adames defends against U.S. Olympian Terrell Gaucher. PBC on PPV, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. We begin round 7, and immediately Magsayo goes to the body, this time putting together a combination upstairs and downstairs, so a little more aggressive, a little more active to kick off the 7th.
Exactly, and he got a little wild in there and got countered by a right hook from Ramirez. He's got to be careful. You know, sometimes when you get real confident like that, you start opening up a little too much and dropping the hand on the other side, and he got countered.
Yeah, and he has. He's been overreaching Magsayo. He lets his hands go, down, and Ramirez has capitalized on that. But again, not enough power on Ramirez's side. Magsayo, again, one more pressure, one more volume. That right uppercut, it's right there for him.
Magsayo landed 20 of 54 punches in round 6. Ramirez 15 of 53.
You know, Magsayo did get warned for excessive holding against Figueroa, 2 points taken away.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's concerned about getting tired and that happening again. He's been pacing himself differently in this fight, no?
He's at 130 pounds. New weight class shouldn't be an issue. More 4 pounds extra. Didn't have to boil down to those nice 126. Beautiful combination by Magsayo.
Yeah, that was.
He wants to open eyes in the new weight class, and against Eduardo Ramirez, again, a battle-tested veteran who's, tasted defeat 3 times, drawn 3 times, and no contest. Not an easy out, but Mark Magsayo here, this is where he needs to, show everyone. He wants to be a champion of 130. Now's the time.
Yeah, Ramirez has only been an easy out 1 time.
Yeah, blown away by Isa Cruz, and a lot of close losses otherwise.
But how did that happen? That knockout, that stoppage from Pitbull? I mean, the pressure, the volume. Again, and Magsayo has it. He's really explosive. He's got the combination. He's got the power. But again, pacing himself too much in this fight, taking his time.
I agree 1,000%. And right now, we're closing in on the end of the 7th round. You got a few more rounds left. If you want to go to the decision, great. You've won every round. I say go for the knockout.
Yeah, if you were the coach in there, you would tell him, right, Joe?
Just
go out there and get this guy out.
Although with the caveat, I'd be saying, look, I mean, still keep your hands up good. Don't let your defense fall apart. While you're attacking. Keep a tight defense, but keep that pressure on and take this guy out of here. I like I've told fighters before. Look, you got 3 minutes to work. You got 1 minute to come back here and rest. I want you to work for 3 minutes out there, right?
No resting like that.
And it's Ramirez who's the aggressor here to close out the 7th round, coming forward ineffectively, mind you, but putting Magsayo on his back foot.
All right, stop. No rush. Straight back. Listen for that bell.
2 guys who were not on their back foot was the beginning of the PBC on Primero. We go back and, wow, the towering inferno there. Sebastian Fundora against Tim Tszyu. Fundora coming in and caught Tszyu with an errant elbow as Tszyu actually turned into a walking horror show. One of the bloodiest nights, one of the bloodiest fights in boxing history ends with the upset. Sebastian Fundora becoming a champion at 154 pounds. Meanwhile, our next event saw undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez make a young fan's dream come true. The emotions were flowing, as were the punches, as was the excitement and the action against the hungry up-and-comer, undefeated Jaime Munguia. Well, the bridge too far as Canelo Alvarez remains undisputed. And tonight, we will continue with our championship action, PBC on PPV. It's the 100th championship fight night at MGM Grand Garden Arena, where we see round number 8, and they are swinging for the fences to kick off the 8th frame.
Did you like that, Joe? You like how
I was waiting for you to say something.
You were waiting for me to say that's how I want you to be. It is true. I mean, Magsayo has that ability to be explosive, to let his hands go, and there's a demonstration right there. But he takes a step back and then he forgets about it.
Yeah, he loses the momentum. I mean, you got momentum going there. You only got a couple rounds left. Don't worry about gassing out. You're in shape.
Beautiful left hand there, but Ramirez not enough power to earn the respect of Magsayo. Countered beautifully, but Magsayo continues to come forward, changing levels, going to the body, dropping down low, leaving himself susceptible to an uppercut counter. And there's a left hand from Ramirez. 2 minutes left in the 8th.
Yeah, he waited too long. He stayed there, and Ramirez took advantage of that uppercut. It was there for the taking, and he took it. I agree with you, Joe. Shout out there for Joe, 70-62.
3-punch combo by Ramirez, and now Ramirez hitting his glove, saying, let's make this a fight. You want to fight? Let's fight. A minute and a half remaining in the 8th.
Yeah, Ramirez has been willing this whole fight to fight, except, Magsayo's just been, better at what he's been doing from the outside and inside, quite frankly.
Yes, Ramirez has proved to be aggressive and versatile throughout his career, can at times produce big numbers in terms of output and has some sneaky power at times, but tonight that hasn't been the case really, as much as he has tried to come forward and burst Magsayo's jab, and of course Magsayo's power has also kept him at bay, dropping him.
Especially at this new weight class, like you mentioned, Mo. I mean, you would expect and you would want Magsayo to show, you know, this 130 division that, hey, I'm here. I'm the new guy. Welcome, but, you know, I have not seen that great performance so far. Good performance.
And Ramirez unable to cut off the ring. He's just walking, just following Magsayo, continues to turn with his feet. But there's a lead left hook, but nothing on the follow-up.
Yeah, look.
I mean, uppercut by Magsayo.
At this point, Ramirez needs a knockout, no doubt about it. And I think he's trying to press right now. He's pressing very hard. He's looking for the knockout.
And this, as Magsayo, as Abner has alluded to before, you'd like to see a little more. You'd like to see him try to at least close the show and really make a statement at 130. Easier said than done, always. But are you happy with his aggression and his action thus far?
Listen for that bell. Yeah, it's a good outing, good first outing, 130. And remember, he's fighting a southpaw too. I'm sorry, second one. And he's fighting a southpaw. Doesn't make it easier.
You hit a bunch, motherfucker. Come on, finish it. I want to see more of you there.
Tocayo, lávame esto, ten. Tienes que estar. Tenlo en la mano siempre. Okay, sí tienes que estar en la pelea.
That's what you have to do to get in the fight. That's what you have to do. You see that easy round? Dude, you frustrated him throwing those bombs. That's it, throw those bombs. You gotta do it. You gotta throw a bunch of times, dude, a bunch of times. Don't be a conformist. Just like you did this round, this is what you have to do. What's left? Where are we? You've got to close them out. Come on. You've got to knock them out.
Yeah. There's the pressure coming. A nice right hook from Ramirez, and his corners exuberant is very happy with what that last round was. They need him to go for the knockout. Here we go. I think we got one more.
Number 9.
I mentioned that Ramirez was capable of producing big numbers, and that's exactly what his trainer Manuel Montiel wants him to see, an uptick in his offensive output. Last round, Magsayo 18 of 60, Ramirez 13 of 48.
Yeah, the corner was really happy with that last round from Ramirez. They said, you frustrated him. Keep throwing, let those hands go, and you know what? He will listen.
And that's why I gave him the last round, the first and only round I've given him so far. But, you know, look, he needs a knockout. There's no doubt about it. He's got 6 minutes left to do it.
But like you mentioned in the last round, Joe,
there's
you got nothing to lose.
Left from Magsayo.
If you're Magsayo, Ramirez does not have the power to hurt you. Go out there and look for the knockout, look for the stoppage. I think Magsayo can get it if he tries.
Penultimate round 9, scheduled for 10, and again, referee Thomas Taylor.
I got it. Just don't do it, all right? Keep the head up. Go.
Tom Taylor, a great referee.
This is, yes, he is. Yeah. Magsayo's first scheduled 10-round fight since October of 2020. When he won a split decision against Rigoberto Hermosillo 7 fights ago. He is 2-2 in 12-rounders, Magsayo. And of course, the 2 losses we talked about to Ray Vargas and Brendan Figueroa. And now Magsayo fires back, lands a combination upstairs after Ramirez
caught that right
Ramirez
hook.
made it life interesting.
It was a nice little turn right hook.
And now Magsayo coming forward with the uppercuts, changing the level to the body.
Look where his head is.
Left hook by Magsayo, but you're right. Abner leading way too forward, but he's landing the shots. He's aggressive.
Yeah, at least he's trying now. He's letting those hands go. But yeah, the head is right there. Ramirez will take advantage of that and land that uppercut.
I don't know why Magsayo backed out of that little combo. He was hurting Ramirez with some heavy-duty shots there. You know, you got a minute left in this round, and one more round after that. He had a good thing going. He had a nice little rally going and backed out.
It's funny, Montiel wanted more offensive output, not getting it from Ramirez here in the 9th. Just 7 of 22 thus far. Magsayo 19 of 44. So the offense has been muted again by Magsayo with 45 seconds left in the 9th round. Nice body shots there from Ramirez, trying to get to work on the body. What the heck was that by Magsayo? A little backhanded. Back fist is illegal. In MMA, it's not. Nice, beautiful right hand, double one. Yeah. He used the right hook, turned it into an uppercut with the same trajectory.
Yeah, he's done that quite a bit tonight. He's used some good uppercuts, Magsayo. He's really a good fighter. I just wish he'd sit in the pocket a little bit more and see if he can go for the knockout here.
Well, in our first fight, we saw Justin Valoria record the stoppage over Angel Contreras thanks to body shots. And Abner, Mark Magsayo, he likes to body rock as well.
Yes, he does. And you're going to see some replays of Mark Magsayo landing that body shot. There it is, that right, double right to the body and the head. There it is again, beautiful, but he turns and he does not come back with something. Again, that's what I want to see from Magsayo. When he lands the body work, turn him and come back with something. But beautiful work to the body from Mark Magsayo.
Well, I agree with you 100% there, but look, at this point, it doesn't look like Ramirez is going anywhere. He's been taking the body shots, the uppercuts, everything else, and he's still standing. And this will probably end up a decision unless somebody really lands a big shot and hurts somebody, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Ramirez has got to go for broke. He's way down here.
10th and final round. Referee Thomas Taylor bringing the two fighters to the center of the ring. Mark Magsayo well ahead on unofficial score. Joe Goosen's scorecard in his second fight here at a new weight class. Was hoping to record an impressive victory here tonight in hopes of gaining some attention from the sanctioning bodies at 130 pounds. And for Ramirez, well, Magsayo has been down twice in his career. Ramirez has to land the Hail Mary KO shot in order to win this one.
Yeah, the only thing about that is that perhaps Ramirez does not have the power to do that, but the shots are there because Magsayo does lean in forward as he did right there. Perfect right there from Magsayo, also making a miss.
And you also can't land if you don't throw.
Yeah, that's
2 of 14 through the first minute of the round for Ramirez.
Well, Ramirez has got Magsayo's nose bleeding pretty badly right now. I think it just happened this round because I didn't see it last round.
The sense of urgency needs to be firing through the vein on Ramirez. Just
Don't get up, get up, get
back, fatigue,
Mark, don't use that.
selling it.
Come on,
Tony
let's go.
Awards
Let's go.
tomorrow night.
Give me the gloves.
On Broadway.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, back we go. A minute and a half left in this fight. Nice body shot from Magsayo with the right hand, but doesn't follow up, doesn't put together combinations, does not put together a sustained attack.
No, that was a nice uppercut actually from Magsayo. Right uppercut, but like you mentioned, he did not follow up, and now he's getting hit.
Countered.
He got hit with a right hook and a left hand by Ramirez.
Hands are low for Magsayo. Just over a minute left in the fight.
Yeah, a lot to work from Magsayo. He's going to go back and watch this tape and just learn from this.
Double jab by Magsayo, triple jab misses. Ramirez coming forward, but not throwing with any amount of vitriol. He's just walking towards Magsayo. Magsayo using angles, using the jab, wanting to cruise for the last 30 seconds. He's well ahead on the scorecards. And the veteran Mark Magsayo shelling up, backing up. The clock continues to run out. Ramirez frustrated, wanting a good old-fashioned tear-up. He's not going to get it from Mark Magsayo, who in his second fight at 130 pounds seems to have cruised to a victory over Eduardo Ramirez. So Magsayo 171 for 509 punches in this fight. Ramirez 114 of 439. Big edge for Magsayo when it comes to body punches. 48 to 32. Landed 40% of his power punches compared to 31 for Ramirez. And the jabs were effective for Magsayo. 64 of 240 compared to only 18 of 127. Let's revisit the action.
That's right. Here we go. And last round here. And I'm sorry, this is earlier.
Yeah, that was the knockdown from Mark Magsayo. That started with the uppercut and the body work as well that he was doing and landing in this fight. Mark Magsayo, there's that beautiful follow-up jab, and it was that punch that was landing when he was throwing more than one punch. Correct, Joe?
Right, exactly. And that's when he was having his, his best efforts were when he was pressing. But he boxed well. That was the end of the fight there.
Yeah, last round he got tired.
Pointed to his like he got tripped or something. But yeah, Magsayo, look, he fought a good fight.
A lot to learn, right? He's gonna go home. The people, his family, his coach himself, they're gonna watch this fight, and they're gonna learn from this because there was a lot of Mark Magsayo to be shown in this fight.
Yeah.
To be desired, to be honest, because I've seen a better side of Magsayo. Again, great win if he does get the win, which I'm sure he will. But again, I was expecting a little bit more from Mark.
Yeah, listen, I think he tried his best. I mean, to tell you the truth, I just think and like you said, he'll learn from this. I think he pulled out. He gave up ground when he didn't need to. When he had the momentum going for himself, he could have probably put a little bit more pressure on, knocked him down, or even stopped Ramirez. But Ramirez, you got to give him credit. Tough guy, great shape, and he showed a lot of heart and a lot of guts.
Let's get the official decision. Here's Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judges Glenn Feldman and Don Trella both see it 97-92. And Judge Lisa Giampa sees it 99-90. All three judges in agreement for your winner by unanimous decision, Mark Magnifico Magsayo.
Mark Magsayo is now 2-0 at 130 pounds, improves to 26-2. And let's go to Jordan Plant.
Thanks, Mauro. Mark, what an awesome performance. How would you assess your victory? Because that was your first time at 130 going the distance. Well, going the distance. Your last fight, you only went to the third round. So how would you assess your performance?
It's a great fight for me and great. Eduardo is a good fighter. I would like to thank my team for training this fight for six months. After my fight, and the next day I trained. So I've been preparing for this fight. He's a good fighter.
I can tell you were preparing because you were bouncing on your toes the entire fight, so we could tell you were in shape. You actually landed 40% of your power punches tonight. But I am wondering, you would seem like you'd have him hurt, but then you'd back up. Why was that?
It's a part of the training. Because I've been training for that. My sparring partner is great, big, and tall. So I can take his punches. So it's good.
All right, so we're looking forward to your next fight. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you again.
I would like to thank Raymond for giving me opportunity, and Sir Sean Gibbons give me this chance, and to my team, my coach Marvin Samodio, he's a good fighter, and my family and friends. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Mauro.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much. So Mark Magsayo forced to go 10 rounds with the veteran Eduardo Ramirez. Magsayo had his moments, able to drop Ramirez. Ramirez going down for the fourth time in his career, and it was a barrage of body shots. The diligent work to the body where he had the advantage, 48-32 in this fight, that gave Magsayo the win. Let's go back to BC.
Thank you very much. Mark Magsayo, victorious at 130. You know, the MGM Grand celebrating its 100th night of championship boxing all week long. They've been doing it big here. Even put together a museum of some relics from the past, some awesome, really signage all over this building. You know, we put together an incredible tribute to the MGM Grand, detailing the history of some legendary fighters who've enjoyed some career-defining moments inside this building.
Every fighter dream is to fight at the MGM Grand.
Here's the live shot inside the sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena.
There's so much history. Mike Tyson fought there, Holyfield.
There's nothing like it. It's an event, a major event here.
The expectations are a fight at the MGM is always going to be a mega fight.
Mayweather, Pacquiao, Canelo, Cotto, Marquez, De La Hoya, Tyson, the list goes on and on.
Para mí era un sueño pelear en Las Vegas, en el MGM, en una arena tan importante.
You know, it's unmistakable. That's where the legends have fought. I still get excited when I walk in that building. The history comes rushing back to you.
It's hard to appreciate just how big this place is, unless you take a look from the top row.
MGM Grand opened in 1993. This property had a buzz. We were literally only open for about 40 days when we hosted our first boxing match.
We welcome you to the premiere of the boxing program here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, Nevada.
To be part of that first night, just the electricity in the building and what it brought to the whole property.
Chavez for the first time in his career. Unbelievable. Flush on the face.
And the first bout, Julio Cesar Chavez gets knocked down for the first time in his career and loses his undefeated record by Frankie Randall, unexpected. That was the immediate classic that tuned up what the MGM was about to bring.
And I remember George Foreman coming out. Nobody gave George Foreman a chance that night, and he's 45 years old. 45 is too old. Michael Moore is going to destroy him.
Michael Moore is down, goes Moore on a right hand. It happened. It happened.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
There's so many great moments. I get so like goosebumps from just thinking about it. The era of Oscar de la Hoya was unbelievable.
Oscar de la Hoya getting ready to take on Giorgio Campanella in our main event. My very first fight at the MGM, my promoter Bob Arum was building me into a rock star. The handsome young face of champion Oscar de la Hoya. From walking down the tunnels and hearing all the screams and cheers from women, it was completely sold out with women. The roars, the cheers, the acoustics sounded different at the MGM. I had to impress the crowd inside that arena.
Target practice as De La Hoya goes to the body and the head. And the towel comes in from Gotti's corner. And De La Hoya has a 5th round TKO.
Waving to the fans and blowing kisses to the women.
And the crowd's really into it now. A really solid right hand, right on the chin. And at the end, down goes the champion.
All I was thinking was, I want to fight there every single time.
Dancing, he's not really moving. He's right. Big shot by De La Hoya. In the body. Big shot over his heart. This could be it. Big shots.
Literally, the MGM built our careers, and I'm very grateful for that.
I see boxing at its best, the creme de la creme, the best fighting the best, right here in this grand arena on January 29th.
The Don King era, he would put up 5-6 championship fights in one card. Mike Tyson, Chavez, Holyfield. The quality of the fights was unbelievable.
He is back, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only Mike Tyson.
I always say that me, Mike Tyson, and Kirk Kerkorian built Las Vegas.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut, down goes McNeely again.
Now that's not...
Down goes Bruce Sheldon.
Holyfield and Tyson had this unbelievable rivalry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the bout you've all been waiting for.
Tyson comes out fast. The chance of Holyfield.
Holyfield's closing his round like a champion.
There he is. Oh, down goes Tyson. A left hook. Tyson's in trouble.
Holyfield's unloading, now he's taking a shot.
Either put Tyson down and end the fight. Tyson is not in trouble. Tyson's ready to go. A spring right hand. The Talbot stops the fight. And Holyfield has...
I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's the most unbelievable thing I've ever been privileged to witness. And here comes the next fight.
The waiting is over. The rematch is here. What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Evander Holyfield. Look out, he's pushed right here. Above us by Tyson. Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by a dirty Mike Tyson.
You know, everybody at that point thought Mike's career was done. But it made both Mike and Evander bigger.
Fighting out of the blue corner, really needing no introduction.
Then came Floyd Mayweather and his era.
His biggest moments were at the MGM.
They've been stride for stride throughout their career. This fight is over.
I'll never forget that. Floyd Mayweather in his great victory against Diego Corrales.
Floyd took the pound for pound from Oscar and Rana for more than a decade.
Somebody tell them that we're just getting started.
I remember being in the Golden Gloves and seeing Floyd fight Cotto and the MGM and seeing how many stars that was, out there.
Boy, he's giving him some boxing lesson. What a show Floyd Mayweather has put on.
Pacquiao had some amazing fights at the MGM when he knocked out Ricky Hatton.
Oh my gosh, one straight left hook.
Mayweather and Pacquiao, that fight, that was such an anticipated fight. The MGM just erupted. And I think of so many of those moments in my life that happened that were memorable moments, goosebump moments, holy shit moments, and they all came at the MGM.
Please welcome Saul Canelo.
It is deafening at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, Las Vegas. Listen to this crowd.
Es una arena histórica, ¿no? Creo que cualquier peleador quiere pelear ahí, ¿no? Por la historia que tiene, tantos años, tantas grandes peleas que ha habido ahí. Es magnífico.
Canelo Floyd was a very important fight. Floyd Mayweather was the face of boxing, and Canelo Alvarez seemed to be the fighter that was going to take that on Floyd.
No, esa noche estaba llena de mexicanos, ahí retumbaba la arena. Fue algo especial. Obviamente fue triste para mí, para todos los mexicanos por la derrota, pero fue un aprendizaje muy grande también para mi carrera. Convertirme en el Disputed es una de las noches más importantes de mi carrera, y que haya sido en el MGM, pues es algo muy especial, porque va a quedar otra historia marcada ahí en el MGM. Y seguramente los jóvenes, los peleadores que vienen hacia arriba, van a querer, van a estar pensando volver a pelear ahí en el MGM, ¿no? Por toda la historia que sigue habiendo.
The transition from boxing as we knew it in Las Vegas to what we know today was because of the Grand Garden 30 years ago.
So many legendary fighters have fought at the MGM. This fight being a 100th fight at the MGM, like this history.
Me just being a part of that is amazing. It's going to be a legendary night.
Legendary building. And just a short time ago, a man you'll see on PBC pay-per-view, Oleksandr Gvozdyk, former light heavyweight champion. 5 years ago, he stopped Adonis Stevenson, who had ruled the division for 5.5 years, to become champion. He only has one loss. That was to Artur Beterbiev. He will be facing David Benavidez, who will make his debut tonight, as he just arrived a short time ago as well here to the Grand Garden Arena. For Benavidez, not only is this new fighting at 175, he's also done a lot of things new outside of the ring. He's moved to Miami, moved his camp there, has got a new home, has some new techniques, added footwork, working with the Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. Listen, he's got blistering hand speed. He's going to need it if he's going to try to hammer the nail Oleksandr Gvozdyk.
When I first came over here to Miami, I came with Karina. I think I came, it was like 5-6 years ago. And I had rented the best hotel I think I could rent at the time. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just make an experience out of this. I remember getting the hotel with the balcony and the terrace, and I walked out. I'm like, man, this is so beautiful. One day I'm gonna live here. Fast forward 6 years later, I come and buy my spot here. I'm right here hanging out. One day I'm looking out, and I'm like, that's the hotel I stayed at. You literally manifest stuff without even knowing. So
Mike Tyson E, he's the one who gave me the nickname, the Mexican Monster. I think it's a little self-explanatory with my name.
The Mexican Monster.
I'm a Mexican and I'm a monster, and that's the way I fight.
Benavidez unloading.
You know, I smother my opponents with pressure, and I throw punches and bunches.
Blistering combinations.
Literally all my fights, I've hurt all my opponents.
He is down.
I have 28 fights with 24 knockouts, and from round 1 to round 12, I'm in there just trying to hurt you as much as possible. It's been my style since I was a little kid, and it's still my style today.
And there's a left hook.
It's just something I love to do, and I enjoy every minute of it. I enjoy getting hit. I enjoy hitting. I enjoy beating a person up.
Wow.
And I enjoy seeing the crowd. At the end of the day, this is what we're here for. We're all entertainers. We're just entertainers in a different way. So this is my passion. I love everything that has to do with boxing. It's important in my whole career to make statements each and every fight, not just one particular fight. This is going to be my debut at 175 pounds, and I just want to show that I'm as dominant at the 175-pound weight class like how I was at the 168 weight class. You know, just every performance, I feel like it's going to be the best performance up to date because I'm just getting better and I'm evolving as a fighter and as a man.
Benavidez, Gvozdyk on PBC pay-per-view at the top of the hour. Listen, we got one more prelim here, and it is Kyrone Davis taking on Elijah García, a fight that we were supposed to see back in May. They finally are about to get it on. So let's go ringside to the men who call all the action. Here's Morrow, Abner, and Joe.
Thank you very much, Brian. Elijah García is 21 years of age, and he is looking to become a champion at this age. A division at 160 that is there for the taking with all of the changes. But Kyrone Davis, he is an upside-minded veteran who is looking to take advantage of his 4-inch reach, and while the wingspan is 4 inches longer. And for Elijah García, a knockout puncher, lots of pressure, versatile, great composure for his age. This is going to be a compelling matchup scheduled for 10 rounds at 160 pounds. And there is Shut It Down Kyrone Davis, flanked by his trainer, Stephen Breadman Edwards, a guy who has shown that he is versatile. He's got a lot of experience, a lot more than the youngster Garcia. Comes in with 131 professional rounds compared to just 54 for his opponent. But Abner, with Breadman Edwards in his corner, you know he's going to be physically fit, mentally fit, and he's going to know the nuances and the ins and outs of the sport of boxing. And the one thing Breadman told us about Kyrone Davis is he's a dog, a real dog.
And if Breadman is saying that, I believe it. This man speaks nothing but the truth. Breadman, his coach, and yeah, great coach to have on his side. And I'm looking forward to Kyrone Davis' performance today because, listen, I know Elijah García has the power, but like Kyrone Davis says, hey, I've not been impressed with him so far. He's young, and I'm going to teach him a thing or two tonight.
He has a strong jab, does Davis, throws good combinations. And the one thing that even Elijah García admitted, Garcia says, I need to land the jab. I need to make my way around to that advantage he has when it comes to the wingspan. But it's Davis who's a real good counterpuncher. Both of them are, but Garcia said he has to be mindful of the counterpunching of the 29-year-old, 18-3-1. Kyrone Shut It Down Davis.
Yeah, Kyrone Davis is better than that 18-3-1 record, to tell you the truth. He's very accomplished, great amateur background. I've been in there with some of the toughest guys out there. He's going to give Garcia a real test to see if he belongs at the next level.
And here comes Elijah García. Known for his aggressive style, relentless pressure. Throws a variety of punches with precision. Abner loves those power shots, also loves going to the body. But again, look at his age, and you watch him fight, and it's the composure, it's the maturity, it's the poise in the ring that really belies his age and experience.
No doubt, a 21-year-old Elijah García who has shown exactly what you just mentioned, Morrow. Just relaxed, poised in there. A fighter that, yes, that knows that he has the power, 13 knockouts, but doesn't really rely on the knockout. He stays really composed and looks for it, and he waits for the right moment to get the knockout.
Let's get the official introductions. Here is Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, Premier Boxing Champions continues with the Prime Video Prelims. It is all brought to you by GTD Promotions and TGB Promotions, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. And El Mexicano brand products, bringing authentic sabor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. Our three judges ringside are Eric Cheek, Max DeLuca, and John McKay. The referee in charge of the action is Chris Flores. And now Premier Boxing Champions presents 10 rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the black and orange trunks, he weighed in at 160.5 pounds. With the record standing 18 victories, 6 by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats and 1 draw. Representing Wilmington, Delaware, here is the battle-tested veteran, Kyrone. Shut it down, Davis. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the brown and white trunks. He weighed in at 163.25 pounds. His record stands undefeated, 16 victories, including 13 wins by knockout. Representing Glendale, Arizona, here is the fast, young rising contender, Elijah García.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over instructions in the dressing room. I expect a clean fight. Both these trunks are good. There's the lines right there. Touch them up now, go back to your corner.
Third man in the ring is Chris Flores. Elijah García, 16-0 with 13 KOs. Kyrone Davis, 18-3-1 with 6 knockouts, has lost by KO, but that was when he took a fight on 2 weeks' notice, jumped up to 168 pounds to take on none other than David Benavidez, and he was saved from himself by his trainer because, like we said, Davis has no quit. He's a dog willing to take on all comers, and he says he's going to test Garcia early. And when you look at Garcia with his 6 feet stature, the lengthy frame, you would think, okay, this guy likes to box from the outside, use the jab. He's turned into a predatory all-action fighter who lands 39% of his punches to the body.
Yeah, he's an inside fighter, Garcia. He loves the inside. He loves the combinations in there. The body work, like you said, the uppercuts. But doing a fantastic job right now in this first round with the jab, the measuring. He knows what he's up against Davis. He doesn't want to give up anything.
And looking at tape and calling Elijah Garcia's fight, Abner, we talked about the fact that he is most effective with that double jab left cross combination. And Joe, I'll bring you in here now to talk about that because everything works off the jab, and he's looking to establish it here early tonight, which should behoove him well.
Yeah, look, I mean, it would behoove him to do that because it's a great rangefinder, and like you said, it really sets up the left hand for him, or a right-hander for that matter. The thing is that, and we talked about it, Garcia likes the inside. He likes to sit in the pocket.
Oh, there's Davis unloading a right that got blocked.
Yeah, that got blocked. But yeah, I mean, you put yourself in the danger zone when you do that, but he's more comfortable on the inside than just about anywhere else.
A minute and a half gone in this fight, and Davis, who may have been playing mind games with us, telling us that he was going to try to test Garcia early, is 1 for 6. Meanwhile, Garcia's thrown 13 punches, but just got credited with his first. So he's been using the jab to try to establish range, but it's very much a cautious start. Both of them knowing the stakes, what's at risk, and the fact that Elijah Garcia, yeah, a lot of hype behind this youngster and a third-generation fighter, but Kyrone Davis, who's had to work for every scrap he could get and has really committed himself to becoming the best fighter he can be. He wants to knock off Garcia tonight and record the upset.
One thing I like what I see about Garcia is something we talked about, and he even admitted in the fight room he would get hit with the left hook a lot by having that right hand.
He's got it up.
He keeps checking it. He keeps checking it up. So obviously they went to work on that, and they realized the flaw. And Davis had pointed out that he saw that he could get to Garcia with punches because of those flaws. And let's see if Garcia cleaned all that up.
And we talked about how poised and relaxed Garcia is. Look, he's taking his time. It's the first round. He's using that jab. He's not really rushing himself in the inside.
Off the ring.
He's doing enough to win this round. There's the jab. I mean, again, Davis doing a good thing too, which is using the entire ring.
Yep, but not testing him like you said. So again, a very tactical, very cautious opening 3 minutes. 3 of 28 for Garcia, just 2 of 13 for Davis in that opening round.
Give me on the face, Dad. On the face. Put it on his face. Good job. Hey. Good job. Okay. You don't like the body shots, but you need to throw more. Yeah. Okay. You need to throw more because you didn't throw enough shots in that round. You just stay busy. Stay busy. Okay. He's gonna try and land one shot at a time. Remember when like Kevin Salgado, how he kind of did like that? That's what he's trying to do. Huh? You cut me up there? No. Nice and relaxed, okay? Just keep on working. Keep touching them up and down, okay? Yeah, he's going back already, so they're doing what we want. Yeah. Okay, now you got to hit him more. Every round, okay? Just keep working it, But we got to hit him, though. We got to win the round. We talked about this, okay? Here we go.
Elijah's father and Cutman George echoing what I said there in the first round. Needs a lot more offense from his son Garcia, but already pleased with the fact that they're already pushing Davis back.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything else. Davis does that. He's a boxer. You know, he's a smart boxer. But, you know, Garcia, I got to give him that round only because not much happened in it, but he
was the one putting pressure. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, but great work right there from George Garcia. Good friend of mine, by the way. We were in the same Olympic team. He tried out for the Olympics in Mexico to go for the Olympics in 2004 at the Screes as a heavyweight. And here he is, his son.
It's because of his dad, George, that Garcia's comfortable on the inside because his dad was a 5'9" heavyweight forced to fight on the inside. Unbelievable.
5'9" heavyweight. Just imagine that. Yeah.
And now Davis backed up along the ropes using lateral movement, but not firing back. There's a right hand that deflects off the high guard of Garcia. Garcia places a nice jab to the body. There's Davis trying to parry the jab, trying to control the lead hand of Garcia, who's looking to measure with that potent left of his and fires it off. And also, there's a lead jab that stopped Davis in his tracks.
Davis came back with a quick right counter. And luckily, Garcia's got his hands up really good this round.
I was going to say that Davis is not doing just a lot now because he's waiting for the right moment. He's a smart fighter. Davis, he's waiting for the right opening, and he's going to let go of that right hand. There it is.
And that lead right hand.
You can't make mistakes against Garcia heavy-handed, of course.
That landed, that little lead right hand.
Just past the midway point of the second stanza, it's Davis utilizing lateral movement, backing him up, trying to perhaps set a trap to launch one of his effective counter punches. Garcia very cognizant of Davis's counter punching ability. There's a combination from Davis. Most of it blocked, but still firing off some aggressive punches. That jab from Garcia, just pawing at it, not delivering a combination yet, but just measuring Davis, setting him up.
Yeah, but I think Davis is doing enough to win the rounds right now, which is
body shot by Garcia.
Doing the straight punches. There it is.
1-2 through the high guard by Davis.
No, don't push his hand.
Davis took the first round to feel him out a little bit. Now he said, okay, I got an idea what I'm going to do here. And he's doing it. He's landing lead right hands. He's getting off the ropes quick. He's turning them. And he's just landed several right hands off of Garcia.
Garcia bounces a three-punch combination off the high guard of Davis. Under 30 seconds left. Davis sits down on that right. Blocked by the guard. That uppercut knocked. Not able to get through the guard, but a nice delivery system from Davis, mixing up his punches.
Exactly. That was nice. He's gone to that a couple times this round.
Nice counter right hand there by Davis lands. 10 seconds. Another 1-2 through the guard. So Kyrone Davis coming back here in round number 2. All right, let's go to Jordan Plant with more on Kyrone Shut It Down Davis.
Thanks, guys. Kyrone Davis enjoys giving back to his community, and one of the ways he does that is partnering with a nonprofit called Down to Box. It empowers individuals with Down syndrome through boxing techniques. He joined this nonprofit in 2019 with his strength and conditioning gym, Knockout Boxing. They host amateur fights where these individuals can get in the ring and shadow box in front of a crowd on fight night before the amateur fights begin. And Davis said they get super excited, and he even has a trophy named after him that is awarded to the fighter of the night called the Shut It Down Trophy. So So, guys, we'll see if he can shut it down tonight against his adversary, Elijah García.
Well done. Thank you, Jordan. And indeed, Kyrone Davis going to be listening from Stephen Breadman Edwards in that corner.
Well, they're working on
Stay aware.
Stay aware. I heard that, yeah. And he has been doing that.
Yeah, but they're working on Garcia's nose in there. It was bleeding. They had the Q-tip up there with the adrenaline on there to stop the bleeding. He's got a little redness over the left eye.
Davis has landed some good right hands. And one thing that's made it difficult for Garcia is that Davis is not staying stationary. He's moving. He's using the ring really well, taking that jab away from Garcia. There it is, the straight punches, and moving constantly, which is exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, I think that was a definitive win that last round for Davis, no doubt about it.
There's a right hand, the pot shot that lands for Davis, and immediately he turns and creates an angle, goes to the body.
Yeah, Garcia needs to pick it up. He needs to pick it up. He needs to throw a little bit more. He's letting...
Right hook from Garcia. Counter right hand from Davis. So Davis is definitely effective with the counter shot, splitting the high guard and landing the shots on the exit.
Yeah, he landed a nice little body shot on his way out after there. His right hand has been really effective. It's keeping Garcia off balance. Garcia's got a little bit more urgency this round because he got outboxed completely last round. And he's got to do something to really even the score up, because right now, if Davis keeps this up, he could run away with several rounds.
Yeah.
Davis continues to
still in rounds.
The throwing punches in combination, and Davis outlanding Garcia in terms of total power punches landed by a big margin. And here in round 3, really starting to put it on Garcia, who's coming forward but getting countered now, going to the body. Garcia beginning to open up, going downstairs to Davis' body.
For the first time,
to the ropes.
Hey, patience is the name of the game sometimes, and Garcia's being
Counter right
patient.
hand by Davis to Garcia.
Garcia just landed a nice little counter, but it's 4-1. Davis.
Garcia going to the body, but Davis countering effectively upstairs.
Yeah, he stayed too patient there. Davis caught him right with that right hand. That was beautiful.
And when Davis isn't landing the straight right hand, he's coming around the guard with a little hook right hand. And that's a very effective punch. So he's switching everything up.
Stiff, sharp jab from Davis, content to be on the rope since Garcia not really throwing much in return. Still a lot of feigning and getting split again. That high guard, he lands the 1-2 through it, does Davis. Garcia firing off now, but change up speed on those punches to the body.
He needs to change the speed on those punches, because I think Davis is going to catch on to that pattern, which is jab, jab, and he might time that, and he has been doing it.
Double. There's a nice combination again by Davis, who pivots out and out in the center of the ring. Lands a combination. There's a straight left from the southpaw Garcia, but a good round for Kyrone. Shut it down, Davis. Right hands from Davis were the key in that round.
Here we go. There's that little looping right hand right there. And when he's not going down the middle like that, look, he just pivoted out, landed a nice little hook. This is the experience of Kyrone Davis right now.
I need you to go to his body a little bit. You hear what I'm telling you? I need you to hit his arms, all right? Just hit his arms a little bit. I got his up 3-1 or 4-0. That last round was kind of close. You got me? So we got to keep track of it, all right? Start running them a little bit. Not no crazy 5-6 punch combinations. Just maybe 2 or 3, okay? When you throw the right hand, start bringing that sweeping hook back, all right? When you throw the right hand, start bringing that sweeping hook back, because he's kind of sitting on the right hand a little bit. So I want you to start bringing the hook back, all right? All right. Guys, look busy.
Stephen Breadman Edwards speaking the gospel there, according to the sport of boxing. Always effective strategy, and just one of the best guys in the sport. A historian, a guy who gives back by posting those mailbags every week, and I learn something every time I read those mailbags. And now in this fight with Davis, he wants him to do what Canelo Alvarez does a lot, and a lot of great fighters: hit him on the arms, wear him down, really start to drop that high guard so it opens up the head.
And conversely, and you're right about Stephen Edwards, I concur. But Garcia did that. What Stephen Edwards was asking for. He patted up top of Kyrone, and then he went down hard to the body. So it's to get you busy, get you distracted,
your attention,
and then drop down and try to land something hard.
And that's what, yes, Edward Davis
is being asked to do.
Yep,
yes.
Body head and using the jab. But Garcia's offense has been muted here through
the
first 3 rounds of this fight.
He just can't get off Garcia. I mean, he's known for being a relentless pressure and volume. But again, if you're not there to get hit, guess what? You can't hit anything. And Davis is using the entire ring really smart.
Just a few seconds ago, before that last right hand landed, Garcia went downstairs with a jab, and immediately Davis threw a right-hand counter on him. It's very smart stuff right
the
there,
one
too.
area where Garcia is more effective is we're in the body shot departments. Landed a total of 19, but in this round again, it's Dave. There's a beautiful combination off the ropes by Davis. So Davis is landing the 1-2 upstairs, and despite Garcia maintaining that high guard, it's been leaky at times tonight.
Yeah, Davis is beating them to a punch. That's what he's doing. He's getting out
counter
first.
right hand.
He's not only beating him with the punch, he's like timing it perfectly, and he's very accurate when he throws
Beautiful
it.
right hand down the middle again, lands another right hand. The head movement. Garcia's not taking his head off center line.
There's that timing you mentioned, Joe.
If Davis can continue this and maintain this round after round, Garcia is going to be in big trouble. He's got to do something to stop Davis from what he's doing, and that's controlling the fight.
Going to the body, but needs to mix it up and start to land upstairs as well, and really start to uptick in the offense, ratchet up the offense. But he is again very wary. He told us at the fighter meeting, I have to be wary of the counter, and the counters of Davis have been there all night. And again, turning, resetting, a great turn there by Kyrone Davis, who's fighting a fantastic fight here through 4 rounds.
Now, it takes a lot of energy to do what Davis is doing. And with Garcia on him like this, it's only the 4th round. He could slow Davis down, and I think that's what he's intending to do, but it's easier said than done.
Ooh, there's that body work from Garcia, but not enough. He always got a response from Davis.
The counter's always there. Davis landing the right hand upstairs. Garcia trying to invest in the body, trying to wear down Davis, but another good 3 minutes. All right, Abner, it all starts with the stick, the J-A-B.
The jab, the setup punch, there it is from Kyrone. There it is, just measuring, the measuring stick. Hey, you're gonna get in, here's my right hand. And guess what comes after that? The movement. I'm not there, I'm not stationary anymore. Here's the body work as well from Kyrone. Upstairs again, keep you busy, turned you, and I'm not there anymore. Beautiful work, beautiful, excellent work from Kyrone Davis in that round.
Hit that motherfucker right in his arm. Right in his left arm, right in his bicep. Knock the fuck out of his arm. Don't nobody talk except for me. Hit him in his arm with a fucking big right hand and take that left hand away. Bang the shit out of him. You haven't done it yet all night, all right? Man, we talked about what we was gonna do and start wearing him down. Good.
A little more animated, Stephen Breadman Edwards, really mixing it up.
Sometimes you got to drive the point home,
and really good advice as always, and really something that Kyrone Davis, as he begins the 5th round on his back foot, his trainer wants him to continue to attack the arm just like that. And there was a right hand on the arm of Garcia.
Now, that can be dangerous, too. I mean, there's a counter waiting there.
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
No, but he should be throwing a right hook off of that. And I'm talking about Garcia.
Coming forward, but his offense has been muted, and now it's the 1-2 again. Davis off the ropes after go on.
Thank you, the muted. People that are just watching Garcia for the first time, this is not him. He gets off, he lets his punches go high volume, but
to be fair, he's never been in with someone like Kyrone
Exactly,
Davis.
that's where I'm going. Davis is doing all the work, fighting smart, not letting Garcia get up. So brilliant job, brilliant fight so far from Davis.
Well, and we talked about it, Stephen Edwards and his game plan. Look, when he engineered Julian Williams against Jared Hurd to win that 54, that was one of the most brilliant efforts.
Okay, here comes Garcia along the ropes, lands a couple of punches upstairs. Davis looking to uncoil the right, bounced off the high guard of Davis, or Garcia, excuse me. So blocking that shot, but unable to put any punches together is Garcia.
There's a hook for Davis right there if he wants to use it after those right hands.
Now, of course, Davis doesn't want to labor on the ropes all night either against a guy like Garcia.
No, but he's having his way.
He's having his way. He's feeling comfortable, yes.
Very comfortable with the right hand. And meanwhile, Garcia, unable to put much torque or power behind these shots. Leaning in, there digs to the body with a right hand.
Keep it clean. Yeah, you want to continue to invest in the body if you're Garcia. Break him down.
Davis returned fire with a combination and countered upstairs. There's a nice left from Garcia.
That's the best punch of the night for Garcia.
And that's the body work. And that's the body work. You want to break down Davis, make him stay there, make him stationary now, and work your way in the inside. Garcia, good round for him.
That's a two-edged sword staying there, because right now, Davis staying there, he's, with the exception of that one left hand he got hit with, he's been dominating off the rope.
True but guess who has the power? Garcia. And Garcia can hurt him at any given time.
Yeah, it doesn't do Davis any favors to stay on the ropes much longer. 30 seconds left. And Davis comes back, and again, though, able to split the high guard at will with that right hand, and does it again. Another good right hand from Davis.
A veteran like Davis knows how to work the ropes, though, and stay out of trouble, and he's doing a good job of it.
Yeah, good defense. You're right there. Good upper body movement, and keeps busy with the right hand. Continues to pot shot ahead with the right hand. Does Kyrone Davis. Now Garcia opening up, but gets countered. And ducks underneath the left hook. Another good round for Davis.
Big round. Nice uppercuts, and he finally landed the hook in one of those combos.
Garcia threw more punches. Davis landed more. Let's listen to the corner.
Good, baby, good. Hey, we need that pressure now, okay? Hey, ref, he keeps putting his hand out there, bro. Good work, good work. Good. Hey, keep it up. Let's go. He wants to go. He wants to go, okay? Yep. Keep it up. Keep it up. This is great. Hey, we practice this. Just keep the pressure. He can't get the shots off if you're smothering him, okay? You're better on the inside. So if he's laid on the ropes, just go to work. Good. Straight punches, just like straight punches, just like that. When you throw them straight to get in, throw them, get a turn, throw deep breath, turn. Deep breath. Okay? Good, deep breath. Good job, yeah, you're in and out, boom, boom, boom. And then when you get close, smother them, work. We wanted to trade. Okay? You're trying to get one shot at a time.
What do you think about George Garcia's instructions to his son, Abner?
Great instructions, and another thing key that he said to the ref, he's keeping his hand out. Speaking of Kyrone, yes, Kyrone doing the right thing, but it's also illegal because you're blinding the fighter by just keeping it out there. You're supposed to throw it.
Beginning of the second half of this scheduled 10-round contest at 160 pounds. Elijah Garcia, the undefeated 21-year-old at 16-0 with 13 knockouts, in tough against the 29-year-old veteran Kyrone Davis, 18-3-1 with only 6 knockouts, but someone who is here to steal the hype from Elijah Garcia, utilizing footwork, utilizing an effective counter right hand like we're seeing there, and trying to set a trap here for Garcia. Garcia's dad, Joe, wants him to not smother his offense, but smother Davis and get inside.
You're right.
Start using those body shots and uppercuts.
The distance is really hurting Garcia. See, even when he's got Davis on the ropes, he's keeping a distance. He's got to put his body on him and start muscling him a little bit more and making him work, and other than just throwing punches at him.
Abner, we talked about this, the fact that going into this fight, Garcia had proven to be an all-action, predatory fighter. He's unable to really sit down on his shots and deliver with any sustained vigor. I know that's also credit to Davis, but Garcia needs to start sitting down on those shots and getting busier.
He needs to let those hands go. He's overthinking a little bit too much for his liking, for our liking as well. He's missing a lot. Again, you touch him up, yes, the jab right there, but let those hands go if you're Garcia.
Midway point of the 6th, there's the jab from Garcia.
I just think Garcia's allowing this distance in this room to be countered.
And there is Davis continues. The head continues to be on the center line. Garcia needs to move his head off center.
Yeah, it's constant. He's got the hands up, but he's getting hit straight with the right hand. It's going in.
Davis doing a number with the right hand to the head, constantly right down the pipe.
Yeah, no head movement so far from Garcia.
And good head movement from Davis. Good defense on display from Davis, utilizing lateral movement, footwork, and upper body movement as well.
Garcia finally landed a couple little short shots off the ropes there when Davis was on the ropes just a second ago. But that's about it so far this round. It's all Davis right now.
Davis hands a little low, but using that lead hand. There's again another stiff right splitting. The high guard of Garcia continues to score at will there. Now Garcia comes back with the left, but just not a lot of steam on it, Abner.
No. From Davis, you're saying? I mean, the right hand is Garcia.
The left Davis is right hand.
No, the right hand is perfect. Yeah, he's turning him. He's doing good.
Has no power.
No power. He's not sitting down on his punches. He's slapping a lot of those. And again, it has to do a lot with Davis' movement.
Fighter to overcome adversity. Elijah Garcia needs to do that here tonight. Still to come tonight, the main event, the return of one of the sport's biggest stars and heaviest hitters, Gervonta Tank Davis, at the weigh-in, came in underweight, ripped and ready, as did Frank Martin, also unbeaten, and the trash talking began. The mind games continue, but there's two top 10 fighters going at it for the title. Meanwhile, Oleksandr Gvozdyk, the former champ, will welcome David Benavidez to the light heavyweight division. He was a monster at 168. He's going to fit in just fine at 175 from a physical standpoint.
You're right. Stay calm. That's it. One more. Give me one more. Now take some water in. Take some water in. On 7, baby. Good.
This is the beginning of round 7, and through 6 rounds, Davis has outlanded Garcia a total of 100 to 77. Davis is landing 42% of his punches, 51% of his power punches, and 21% of his jabs. A good night at the office thus far, as your unofficial scorecard will attest.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's how I see it right now. I gave Garcia the first round, no doubt, but it's been all Davis since then. He's just been doing what he wants to do. He's controlling the pace. He's controlling the distance.
And it's a pattern, though. It's not so much predictive. It's just effective. It's constantly the 1-2 upstairs, splitting the guard, not needing to diversify yet because Garcia's not making the adjustment of moving his head off center and utilizing angles
and
and
you're right. So
footwork.
Davis doesn't really have to do much more than what he's doing, is what you're saying, right?
No, he's saying that Garcia can do a lot more, and
Absolutely
yes, he can.
A lot
yes,
more.
Well, no.
But Davis is doing all the right things, and he's making it look easy in there.
Well, what I'm saying too is that Davis is just doing it, and this is sufficient right now. He doesn't really need to do much more than what he's doing.
But even those shots, like the body shots from Garcia.
Garcia's corner has not mentioned the fact that he needs to move his head off center line, Joe.
Yeah, definitely not the Garcia that we're used to seeing. Again, not taking anything away from Davis.
He's right there. It's target practice with the right hand from Davis. The accuracy is incredible.
Yeah, getting his head offline and a lot of other things too.
Single shots from Garcia.
But his hand keeps landing the right hand to the head.
Now it looks like he's either cut or really red.
And he's never been cut going into this fight, so that can just add to the pile of problems that Garcia is facing here against Kyrone Davis, who was really intent on scoring the biggest win of his career and knocking off this undefeated youngster.
Now Davis getting too comfortable on the ropes. He's got to move.
I was just going to say that.
And we've talked about that as well.
This is the distance that Garcia has to be. A lot closer. He's just backed out a little bit more. He was having more success.
And there Davis turns.
When he was pinning Davis on the ropes.
Final minute of the 7th round. It's another solid right hand from Davis. Garcia continues to work the body as he just landed his 11th body shot, but it's not slowing down Davis. Final 30 seconds of the 7th. Davis, as we've talked about it, playing with fire on the ropes, granted, but has been successful again with his constant counter punches. The most effective being that one, the right hand.
And again, using that measuring stick, the jab, sticking it out there and waiting for Garcia to stick his hand inside. And there's the right hand from Davis.
Boy, Davis should be countering with the left hook right there when he rolls off that left hand to the body off the Garcia's left hand right there. He should be countering with the hook. That's open for him.
There's the right hand from.
Yeah, well, this could have been any round we wanted to show. I mean, it's been round after round now. The right hand has been finding its mark. An occasional left hook to the body from Davis, but for the most part, it's been straight punches, straight right hands, and eventually, once in a while, he'll wrap that right hand around the left hand of Garcia. But
yeah, Kyrone Davis definitely executing a perfect game plan right now. That's what we're seeing. Great, brilliant boxing from Kyrone Davis.
Rip. Hand his face, rip, and then finish with that hook, okay? Here we go, mouthpiece in.
As we begin round number 8, Stephen Breadman Edwards told me that Kyrone Davis has been waiting for this opportunity like 10 years. He is super excited, and he told me, he said, this is it. This is the one. I feel it. We've been hurting guys in training camp, and so, I mean, Breadman Edwards definitely has all of his fighters prepared, as does George Garcia and his son. But my goodness, he needs to make an adjustment, and fast, as we begin round 8, Abner.
Yes, definitely. Again, Garcia needs to let those hands go. He's overthinking too much. Again, he's in the inside already. He's got to rip the body, break down Davis, keep him stationary, and look for a power shot.
Joe, I don't want to belabor the point, but look at the right hand of Davis, constantly catching Garcia because he's not moving his head.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you know, part of this game is head movement and pivoting and turning, and none of that is happening with Garcia. You're right now. Now, he was asked by his father in the corner to start using his right hook more, because the last round he did touch Davis with a couple of good right hands, right hooks. But, you know, that's what he's been asked to do. He's got to stay close.
He's targeting the body. That's a great combination by Garcia, culminating with a left hand upstairs to the head.
He's got to stay close like that. That's where he's going to get something done.
Exactly. Body, head. Body, head. Patterns, but again, being, you know, he's pressuring enough and throwing a lot to keep Davis busy.
And shout out to Davis' corner every time he throws a right hand, whether it lands or not. Screaming, good right hand, trying to influence.
Well, listen, I've been
I'm sure you've never done that before.
Yeah. And the amateurs, we used to do it a lot. Remember that?
Round 8. But the thing is, he's had a plethora of great right hands.
And the amateurs, you know, you would have had someone scream it from the outside, so the judges could be like, oh, wow, yeah, it landed.
Just pitter-patter shots to the body, and the right hand upstairs by Davis, and fatigue may be setting in for both now, as the Garcia has thrown by far the most punches here now coming up into this round 8. He came off 89 punches thrown in the last round, landed 22, but Davis landed 27 of 53, so Davis landing more despite throwing less.
It's effective punching, and the effective punching is done by Davis. In the amateurs, yeah, the volume of punches is paramount.
And this is one of those fights where, you know, when you study the fight, you think it's going to be hard, difficult, obviously, but when you execute a perfect game plan like Davis is, you make it look good, and you make it look easy.
And it's a 1-2. It's a 1-2.
Simple thing.
1-2.
Now, don't grab his head.
Testing 1-2, 1-2. 20 seconds left here in the 8th. Body shot, but again, Abner, even the body shot attack, yes, we know Garcia's got a great attack, not effective. And now another 1-2 from Davis as we close out the 8th.
Garcia landed a couple good ones there, to his credit.
All right, let's check in with Jordan Plant.
Thanks, guys. So one thing I wanted to point out that I think is a very underrated thing that Kyrone Davis is doing right now is how relaxed he is. And I think that comes from the experience that he's gotten in some of those bigger fights, like when he fought David Benavidez. And I remember in fighter meetings, guys, he was telling us, man, that was a huge crowd. He was nervous, but the experience he gained in that moment has gave him confidence going into these future fights. And also having a trainer like Breadman who's been in big fights as well. You have a coach that knows what to tell you in those moments when you need him. And I think that's what Garcia's team may be lacking, but hey, they're going to get it as they get more reps into more fights. And Abner, I wanted to ask you, you've been in big fights, so like when you and Leo would fight, you know what it's like when you have to walk to the ring with those nerds, a big crowd, whether they're screaming or booing. Talk about that.
Yeah, obviously, you know, you let that get the best of you and you don't perform like you were supposed to. You know, I think that happened to me when I fought Leo Santa Cruz. I had a perfect game plan, but I threw it out the window because I let the emotion and the fans get to me.
Garcia's defense has been one of the question marks coming into this fight, despite still being very early in his career, Abner. But the fact that he can be hit is on display here tonight.
Oh, yeah, and can he? He's been getting hit with those right hands, stationary from Garcia, no head movement.
Garcia using the jab, going up and down, trying to find a way to land the left hand, starting to sit down a little more now on his front foot, firing off the jab, but doesn't follow up with the left.
And you got to remember, Kyrone Davis has only got 6 knockouts. So if this were a bigger puncher in front of Garcia doing the same thing, he'd be in dire straits.
And now Garcia comes back with his best combination, culminating with a right to the body.
Hey, and it's not over till it's
There's
over.
There's another 1-2 from Garcia.
Garcia does have that power punch.
Yes,
so
yeah, he does.
Davis has to be aware. He's got to be ready.
Now, with the big lead that Davis has got right now, in my estimation, he should not be sitting on the ropes much. He's got 2 rounds left, a round and a half. He could, you know, turn his back and sprint around and run around the ring and still win this fight. You know.
In his last fight, Garcia recorded an 8th round TKO. His only knockout beyond round 5. So here it is, round 9 scheduled for 10, and all they clash heads.
Yeah, they ran into each other right there.
Time. You good? Good. Let me see. Where'd you hit you?
I'm good.
All right. Accidental headbutt, no cut. Watch your heads. Watch your heads. Time in. Box.
Last time Davis was cut was against Anthony Durrell, and again, talk about, you know, the level of experience. Davis has had championship level experience. That was actually the draw with Durrell, biggest fight he'd had until facing, of course, Benavidez. But again, Benavidez taking it on short notice, jumping up in weight. Oh, a nice body shot from Davis.
Quick right hand, left hook to the body.
Just over a minute left in the 9th.
And let's not forget, Garcia's only 21 years old. He's going to learn, and he's learning a lot right now in this fight.
Nice right hand.
Looks like he's going to lose this fight unless he knocks him out. Can he? Yeah, he's got the power, like I mentioned. But again, a great learning experience from a guy with a lot of experience from Davis.
And the right hand continues to be delivered from Davis on the ropes, trying to avoid the attack from Garcia. A lot of just arm punches from Garcia there.
You can predict it, huh? I can close my eyes and say, here comes the right hand, and Davis will land it.
In all fairness, Garcia landed a couple nice shots here towards the end of the round. I mean, he's got 20 seconds left to do something drastic.
He's always throwing more punches, and actually in this round has outlanded Davis. As we mentioned, it's all about the effective punches, but Garcia outlanding Davis 16-14 as we go into the final seconds of the 9th round. Garcia beginning to put on the pressure. So save that prediction, Abner. We got 3 minutes left.
Time.
Well, the last 3 rounds, it looks like Eli's been coming back. There's the left hand, from Elijah Garcia. There it is again, but not enough. Single shots, beautiful 1-2, 1-2-3. Body work from Elijah Garcia. Again, still trying.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
I don't know if that was enough to win the round.
Let's go, you got this, you got this.
Sucks having a close fight.
Huh?
Sucks having a close fight.
Yeah. All right, this is how you get done. This is how you learn, man. Okay? You gotta just go out there. Get out there. Get out there, okay?
All right, bring it in real quick. Come here. Bring it in, guys. Last round. Touch him up.
Well, both of these young fighters are fathers. In fact, Elijah Garcia became a father at 16. Kyrone Davis' son, Premier, is 1-year-old. They're fighting for their family. They're fighting for their pride. They're fighting for their legacy. And right now, Garcia fighting to maintain his undefeated record against the upset-minded Kyrone Davis. The 10th and final round is underway.
Yeah, I didn't see no urgency or sense any urgency from Garcia's corner. It seemed like they knew they were just having not a bad day. I mean, they were just outboxed by Davis tonight.
Body shots, a little shoe shine from Garcia, and while Davis has spent a lot of time on the ropes, it hasn't really hurt him. In fact, he's been able to counter effectively, turn, and utilize some good defense, although has got caught there with 2 punches. Right hooks to the body and upstairs, and there's a counter right by Davis.
Yeah, Davis is kind of giving Garcia the body shots for free on the ropes. And to tell you the truth, you know, you expose yourself to counter punches to the head
just
when you're
like
doing
that.
Yeah. So Davis is using that to his advantage.
And again, we talk about the patterns that, Garcia is doing, 1, 2, 3, and Davis just counterpunching perfectly. There it is, right hand.
Garcia's thrown over 600 punches, but just landed 24%, while Davis has thrown over 400 punches and landed 43%. Minute and a half left in this 10-round fight at 160 pounds. The undefeated 21-year-old Elijah Garcia at 16-0 with 13 KOs. It looks very much like he might need his 14th to pull out the victory, while Kyrone Davis looking to continue his win streak, increase it to 3 since his lone stoppage loss, which came against David Benavidez when he moved up in weight on short notice. A minute left in the fight. The sense of urgency, where is it?
And Davis just landed from that end of the rope to these ropes over, landed about 4 or 5 solid right hands and a right hand left hook. Garcia's coming back, but he's got a lot of catching up to do this round.
This is the last round, so yeah.
Another straight right hand. This is a recording from Kyrone Davis as Garcia tries to open up, but Davis counters effectively. There's a nice right from Garcia. Under 30 seconds left in the fight.
Garcia's landed some good punches this round.
Yes, he has.
He has to land the greatest one.
Right.
The uppercut on the inside. Garcia now coming busy, but again, a simple, effective counter right hand, and another one from Davis. The right proving to be the might for Kyrone. Shut it down Davis, who could very well have shut down Garcia's undefeated streak.
Good work, guys.
Stephen Breadman Edwards said he felt it, that this would be the night that they've worked all those years for Kyrone Davis, as he goes and thanks Elijah Garcia for a tough fight. How do you see it, guys?
I see it as a runaway for Davis.
Yeah, I think Davis just boxed beautifully in this
The
fight.
body language over in Garcia's corner is not good. I've been there before. It's a lot of head hanging.
All right, well, Kyrone Davis looking to upset Elijah Garcia tonight. Meanwhile, in the main event, Frank Martin will be looking to upset this guy, one of the biggest stars in boxing, one of the heaviest hitters, the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis returns 29-0, 27 KOs. He'll take on Frank Martin, who's also undefeated, also 18-0, 12 KOs, and he looks to silence the Tank Davis fans, who will be out in full effect. Frank Martin, Tank Davis, a battle of unbeatens for the 135-pound title. The main event, PBC on PPV, coming up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. But right now, will the moment belong to Kyrone Davis? And the reason I keep foreshadowing and asking questions is because this is boxing.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But Elijah Garcia, as Abner said many times, will go back, use this as a learning experience, probably curse himself a few times. But these are the fights a fighter needs in order to grow. And let's make it official. Stephen Breadman Edwards, he already has a feeling. He knows where this is going. Let's go to Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Eric Cheek sees it 97-93 for Davis. Judge John McKay sees the bout 98-92 for Garcia. And Judge Max DeLuca sees the contest 97-93 for your winner by split decision. Kyrone, shut it down, Davis.
Questions, Joe? Unbelievable. But anyway, wow.
I can't believe
Kyrone Davis just picks up the biggest win of his career. Should have been a unanimous. Yeah. Instead, it's a split. But it's 19-3-1 now, and more importantly, sends Elijah Garcia from the ranks of the unbeaten. He's now 16-1. Breadman Edwards' shirt, his trainer, has how do you like it on the back? Well, if you're a fan of Kyrone Davis, you like it. You like it a lot. a lot. Let's go to Jordan Platt. Unbelievable score.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations, Kyrone. You just beat the guy that was ranked #1 by the WBA and top 5 in the WBC and IBF. You guys are supposed to fight on March 30th. It got delayed. How good does this win feel?
First of all, I want to thank God, thank my team, Al Heyman. I want to thank my mom, my father. My cousin Kamei, who just passed away, she was killed in gun violence at DSU. This is just for her.
Well, we can see you fire hard out tonight. A lot of emotions right now. You were landing that right hand all night. Was that something you and your trainer, Stephen Edwards, worked on in the gym and knew that would land?
Well, we knew a couple things was going to be open. I had a strategy. That's actually was game plan number C. We had so many game plans, but we knew that he was going to try to land that left hand to the body. So we said, okay, we'll put my hand where his left hand's going to be, and we'll fire the right hand because his reflex is not as great. That's a game plan that we worked in the gym. And once it started working, when boxing, you just keep doing what's working. We talked about that.
Yep. If it's not broken, no need to fix it. Thank you so much. Congratulations again. Three fight win streak now.
I got a 1-year-old. Shout out Premier Boxing Champions. I want to shout out my whole family, everybody who put some work in to help me get to this position. My mom, my dad, my father, my family. 302 Wilmington, Delaware, stand up. Let's represent. You already know what it is. Shut it down, baby. What's up?
Kyrone Davis, everyone. Back to you guys.
So for Premier, the 1-year-old, he's celebrating his father's premier performance on this Father's Day Eve. Kyrone Shut It Down Davis pulls off the upset and records the biggest win of his career to close out the PBC prelims as he sends Elijah García to his first loss. Brian Custer, fantastic way to close out the prelims here on Prime.
Yeah, I agree with you. Great win for Kyrone Davis, and for Elijah García coming in 3 pounds over. That was a big learning lesson for him as he suffers his first loss. Well, tonight's PBC on pay-per-view, that fight card is a fight fan's dream, especially if you like excitement and knockouts. You got 2 world title fights. All 4 fights feature current or former champions, with the spotlight on 2 of boxing's most explosive power punchers.
He's 29, so I feel as though it's either now or never.
Why wouldn't I be ready, and why wouldn't I accept a fight like this? They don't come around like every day, so what, I'm supposed to just turn it down? No, we're gonna take it, because 100%, like me, 100% I believe that I'm gonna go out there and shock the world.
You got the right face structure for a good knockout, So once I land that good punch on that chin, it's over with.
It could be an early night for him, for the knockout artist Tank.
For the undefeated Frank the Ghost Martin, being the underdog is a tale as old as time. Beginning his boxing odyssey at the ripe age of 17, skeptics deemed it too late. Yet, with an unblemished record of 18-0, Frank has shattered expectations, scaling the ranks of the lightweight division with an iron will. Now, destiny calls. He stands on the precipice of glory, facing one of the sports titans for the WBA Lightweight title. Whispers fill the air. Is this fight too soon? Does he possess the experience, the fortitude, to claim victory? Or is this the perfect stage for Frank the Ghost Martin to silence the naysayers and seize his first world title as the WBA Lightweight Champion? His adversary needs no preamble. Loved by some, loathed by others. His antics inside and outside the ring are legendary, but his achievements, unquestionable. From the gritty streets of Baltimore, Maryland, Gervonta Tank Davis is a colossus of the boxing world. Undefeated with a formidable record of 29 wins, 27 by way of knockout, and 0 losses. Gervonta Davis is a 3-weight class champion, a knockout artist who rarely leaves the ring without a decisive finish. 2 perfect records on a collision course. Will Saturday night affirm Gervonta Tank Davis's dominion over the lightweight realm? Or will we witness the coronation of the unlikely hero from Indianapolis, Indiana, Frank the Ghost Martin?
Well, don't forget, coming up top of the hour, jam-packed PBC pay-per-view headed your way. The main event, Gervonta Davis, Frank Martin, a battle of unbeatens. Co-main, it would be a main event on any other night. David Benavidez, El Monstro, faces former lineal light heavyweight champ Oleksandr Gvozdyk. The Mexican Monsters debut at 175, plus 2 other awesome fights featuring rising knockout artist Gary Antoine Russell. He's going to be taking on the former champion Alberto Puello. You've got the WBC middleweight champ Carlos Adames making the first defense of his middleweight title against the former U.S. Olympian Terrell Gausha. Speaking of Adames, there he is now. Now the full WBC middleweight titleist, and he's going to put it on the line for the first time against Terrell Gausha. And Adames throws everything with power. There's Gausha, former Olympian. This will be the second time he has fought for the world title. He said the first time he wasn't ready. He says he is now, and he's got a challenge ahead of him against Carlos Adames, but it's a challenge he says he is ready for. Terrell Gausha taking on Carlos Adames. It will be the first fight you see on pay-per-view PBC. Of course, from the Grand Garden Arena, we're celebrating 100 nights of championship fights. Hope you enjoyed our prelims here on the PBC on Prime. Now for Mauro Ranallo, Joe Guzzi, Abner Morris, and Jordan Plant, I'm Brian Custer. Bye now. We'll see you at the top of the hour.